Well, that was fucking ridiculous. Okay. Interesting note, mouse 4 apparently in OBS changes your scenes, which is crazy to me that that's an automatic. So, anyways, hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Alright, everybody got test rolls in, everyone's doing good. That is awesome. Okay, so welcome to Echoes of the Fallen Ascendant, Campaign 4. I am going to just dive straight into this and run through a couple of very quick Session 1 notes that I do for all my campaigns. And this is so that nobody can ever say that they did not know what we were doing and or what was expected and or what the possibilities were. So, first of all, no cheating. I mean, that goes without saying. You guys know I'm a stickler for rules. I would really like to do this whole campaign without having to keep a separate note card tracking people's skills for the sake of cheating. So if you use a skill, just fucking mark it off. It's really that easy. I've not had a campaign yet where I didn't have to do that for at least somebody. And the Wildlands campaign, I had to do it for 2 people, and it really drove me fucking crazy. So yeah, no cheating. Okay, next. We do have dark content. If you couldn't figure out by any of my other previous content, dark content is possibly going to include drugs, alcohol, addiction, potentially suicide or talk of it. Death of children and or elderly people is possible. Slavery is more than likely, as it is a common theme in every campaign. Well, I shouldn't say it's a common theme. Let me back that up. This isn't Dark Sun's setting here. It is a commonly seen dark theme occasionally throughout all of my campaigns. However, the one rule with dark content is that there's an absolutely 100% zero tolerance policy on sexual assault. If your character has a partner and things get hot and sexy, that is awesome, but it will never be unwarranted. And it will never happen on screen. It will always be an off-screen thing. Full stop. Okay, res chart. So we use resurrection rules. The resurrection rules I've been using for a few campaigns now. What that means is that if you die and are brought back from the dead, that does not mean that you are necessarily out of hot water. You might not come back. If you die, you will have to roll percentile dice, and depending on your roll and what things are happening around you, specific healer abilities can influence certain things. Man, everybody's popping in and out, huh? What the hell is going on? But depending on what you roll, you could succeed and you could fail. If you fail, you will be prevented from being resurrected by that form of resurrection permanently. Which is called stone souling, and eventually you're going to run out of ways to be resurrected, and then your soul moves on, and you can't come back to the prime material. So, next, potion economy. This is an important one, and if you are not a note taker, or are a note taker, or anything, it always gets asked, what is the rule on potions? Here's how potion economy works. It's really simple. Removing a potion from a pouch or a bag that is on your person. This does not include extra dimensional spaces that specifically state you must use your action to remove an item from it. From a pouch on your person or a pack on your person, it is just your environmental action. It's fast. However, to consume it or to feed it to another takes your full action, full stop. Unless you have some other skill or ability that changes that, it's always going to be a full action. Okay, and then the special rules we're using, we are using my feat update rules. So if you are interested in any of those feats, then let me know. We are using the carrying capacity variant encumbrance rule. We are using my counterspell rules. We are using my rune magic crafting rule set and my dragon crafting set. And I'm using the aging and death from age set if you happen to be playing an old character. I only had to pull that one out of storage because originally Payne told me he wanted to be like an elderly man. And I was like, huh, okay, I'll get out the chart. Happy birthday to... Oh, make a new character. God damn it, is something going on tonight? Sorry, I'm having some crazy problems. Is there a war in the world or something that just popped up? Like, is the internet frying? Okay, and the last rule, the last specialty, like, house rule that I'm using is the new potion consumption rule set. So, just to briefly recap, if you didn't read it in Discord, everybody can drink a single potion that has a duration that lasts longer than instant for free. After that, every potion they drink that has a duration other than instant, you will have to roll percentile dice, and based on your roll, things may or may not happen to you, as the alchemical or arcane or divine infusions may or may not react with each other. For better or worse. I don't know. It's fun. Start chugging shit. It's a fun chart. It's like wild magic for alchemists. Except
I was just about to ask if it's kind of like that, yeah.
It's kind of like that, yeah. So, like things from the low end, like mundane, like, you know, you get a nosebleed, or, you know, you get like foamy around the mouth, all the way up to like the potions violently interact with each other, or you projectile vomit and it may or may not hurt you. Lots of things, but there is a 25% chance that nothing happens, and that percentage is broken into 5% brackets and spread throughout the chart. So it's very chaotic. Okay, that was actually all my notes. Any questions about any of that stuff? I'm sure that you guys have all heard the spiel and read all the crap that I've put out forever. So okay, so session 1, we are starting session 1 on Novus the 24th, which is the equivalent of November, 42:53 PFH. The time is 11:30 a.m. You guys You were all given this letter sometime within the last couple of weeks, potentially in the last 4 weeks or so. And just for those who are in stream who might not be able to read that, I will go ahead and read it for you. To any adventurers, sellswords, mercenaries, or others of whom it may concern, Mistress Alavera Rosana, leader of the elven capital of Willow Hollow, has cordially invited you to assist her and her high council with a most important matter. Due to the sensitive nature of this situation, we cannot discuss the intention of this meeting in mere writing, but we can assure all who attend that there will be free lodging and food when you arrive. A stipend of 10 gold will be provided for those of you traveling beyond a 50-mile boundary from the city limits. These locations include the following: Durin Moor, Mogsock, Port Mira, Philandaris, Makra, Port Colgar, Gilb, Quinar, Port Eldronis, Brackenford, Cogbach, Holdenglen, Varick, and the Ruins of Ankmere. Please arrive no later than Novus the 24th, 42:53 PFH. When you arrive in the city, seek out the Emerald Tower and present this scroll, along with your place of origin paperwork, for reimbursement. Cornelius Fenbrush, humble proxy to Mistress Rosanna. So, you've all, for whatever reason, whatever your reason, you have all heeded this call, and you have traveled to the one of the capital cities of Willow Hollow. I will go ahead and transport you guys to Willow Hollow, just so you can kind of get a lay of the land. Bear with me.
Thank you. The skeleton's staring creepily at us.
It's fine.
You may or may not have been positioned right about eye height, because that's just too funny.
Very fair. I would have done the same.
All right. So just so you guys know, too, for if anybody is just kind of getting back into the swing of big maps, if you hold control and zoom out, scroll out, you should be able to quickly increase the size of this thing. So it was a very large, awkwardly large map, really. Okay, so you guys arrive.
I've always just done the button on the side there, the plus and minus button, so that's good to know. It's new to me.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit. I didn't realize plus and minus did. Oh, you're talking about the but. I actually just pushed my plus. If you push the plus and minus on the keyboard, it actually works.
Oh.
Damn. We're all learning things today.
I just learned that too now.
I was today years old.
All right. So, you guys, get my Willow Halloweenian music going. All right, so Novus the 24th, 4253 PFH. It's about 11:30 or so in the morning, and throughout the morning, and or within the last couple of days, all of you have arrived in Willow Hollow, except for those of you who may reside here on a more permanent basis. Those of you who reside here on a permanent basis just walked to the tower, probably about 15 minutes ago. As you guys enter, the city is hustling and bustling. It is very busy, but almost eerily quiet. Being that it's a city that is populated mostly by elves and elven kind, nature kind of keeps itself tame, and there's nothing really aggressive. You know, it's not like it's a war-torn city, or a city that's, you know, known for mining or, dark space travel, which is very, very loud with all the airships and dark space vessels. This is, in comparison, very quiet, very mellow. So, you arrive. A couple of you... Let's see, I'm trying to think here. Actually, no, none of you would get any side glances. Everybody's... You know, you see dwarves, you see elves, you see... half-bloods of all varieties, though they're pretty rare walking around. Gnomes here and there. The one thing that those of you coming from outside the city would specifically take note of is that there are a lot of people, regardless of what their racial background is, walking around in wizard robes. And they seem to be walking almost in small cliques, groups of people in like bright oranges versus, you know, people who are in dull blues, but there'll be 3 or 4 of them together at a time, and they seem to kind of match. And there's a lot of these groups walking around. So, you arrive at the Emerald Tower. You present your papers to the guards at the door, all of whom seem to be expectant of people, or at least hopefully they were expectant. They're not, jumping up and down and cheering saviors of our city quite yet, but they are definitely welcoming, and they bring you directly in to the Emerald Tower. They walk you down a long corridor, which seems to be made of marble, but the marbling inside of the marble is a light green. The veins are green. They're not white or gray or black. So, let's go ahead and change our scene once more. You are led into a main chamber. Oops. And one by one, you are all brought into a mid-size seating chamber. You can place yourselves wherever you want, by the way. I just happened to throw you in chairs where you wanted, so if you know, if we got a racist in the group and they don't want to sit by an elf or a dwarf or a half-orc, then, go ahead and move yourself. Canis, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I saw you move! I knew it. I knew there'd be one.
Racist against me?
Yeah, maybe, man. I saw him twitch.
I got called out and immediately panicked and let go. No, I was just surprised that I'm allowed by the table. But no, he'd probably be like...
So, here's the thing.
Here.
And let me just kind of preface this, Lucy, just to give you some peace of mind. Your existence has only... Your prime material existence has only been Willow Hollow. Initially, you would have caught some looks, but as there is the Magi Academia here, you're not the only familiar. No offense, but you're not as special as you really think you are. There are talking toads, ravens, owls, quasit, all sorts of, there's like, the creepy necromancers have like their little crawling hands. So yeah, there's a lot of you guys. Now you happen to be very unique in that you are the only jackal. Full stop. I mean, there's nobody. There's nothing else that looks quite like you or does what you do, and you speak better than most of them. It's very mundane. Like the actual familiars are like, you know, choppy sentences at best, whereas, you know, you're capable of whatever you're capable of. I'm not sure. We'll see here in about 20 seconds. Okay, so you guys are brought into this room, heavily guarded, by the way, from the doorway all the way to here. And I'm just going to test something out really quick, so bear with me. You guys, the doors are closed, but I'm testing this just to see if my line of sight stuff works with your guys' characters. It does. Fucking sweet. Okay, dynamic lighting seems to be working, and that makes me very happy. Okay, which is why you can't see through the walls. So, you guys are brought in by the guards. You are sat down, and for those of you who were coming from a ways away, I believe... Bear with me 1 second.
13 days.
Yeah, that would have been you. That would have been Payne, Dench, and not Amelia. No, yes, it is Amelia. Okay, so all three of you. So all three of you, as you hand your papers over, and this is just assuming that everybody has just like general, you know, paperwork proving that they're a citizen of whatever territory. Payne, Dench, and Amelia, you are all given 10 gold pieces with a receipt and a wax seal pressed into it. Give me 1 sec. So there's a seal pressed into it. That looks like, it's like a shield, like an upside down shield, a long sword down the center pointing down, and a fish on either side, like a carp on either side of the shield, kind of facing, one facing left, one facing right. And you guys would recognize that as the heraldry, for Willow Hollow. Okay. So, a gentleman enters and is ushered quickly to the front of the room, where he sits right here. And yes, I have... Now, okay, I know what everybody's gonna say. We know sometimes what AI does, so just, you know, don't fall in love too quickly, okay? Yeah, there he is.
Oh my god.
Oh, there he is. Cornelius Fenbrush. This handsome fuck.
Chisel ass features. Look at this guy. Good guy.
I tried so many iterations. I've had to tell AI recently, make them ugly in order for them to not do that.
When I tried to make that, I tried to make the ugly one of Zachary, and I was like, have him eating cheese fries. I was like, he still looks handsome.
Yeah, his head, he's just got cheese dripping into his mouth. It's like, I kind of want him more now. I don't know.
What the hell?
Okay. So this gentleman sits down, and he pulls a small book out, and he opens it, and he kind of holds this big feathery white quill and kind of looks around the room past... By the way, thank you everybody for picking really easy names, except Candace. I have been trying to offline pronounce your character's name, so I'm probably just going to wind up letting it just be either Lai or Lyra, because it's just too much for me. But he kind of comes to you, and he squints, and then takes a note, and then looks over to Payne, Amelia, closes the book, puts the quill down. Well... I can definitely say that I'm not surprised you're here. And he points to, Lyra. Is it Lyralai?
Liralai, yeah.
Lyra, okay. and then looks over past her at Canis. Is Canis in the chair?
Yeah, sure, why not? He'll be like sitting, those like straight up back sitting
Mhm.
like a dog.
He kind of squints at Canis. Very distinguished gentleman. Well, I know you two. I'm sure the rest of you have not met yet. I am Cornelius Fenbrush. I am the proxy of Mistress Rosanna. She is attending to other duties this afternoon. Well, this morning, technically. So I'll be holding this meeting, and we can move on from there. Should you still be interested once I give you this information. But before we jump into that, why don't we... I don't know, break the ice, I'm assuming, since it was cold as death in here when I walked in and about as silent. He kind of looks at the guards. 2 truths and a lie? Well, what's your favorite holiday? Maybe we just start with names. I'm Cornelius Fenbrush, but I've already told you that. Why don't you start? And he kind of glances down at Lyra. I'm sorry. Is it Lyra? Lyra. Okay.
You got it. Okay, yep. She looks around at the table. So I'm Lirelai Whisperwind. I received Mistress Rosanna's letter, and then I walked over here because it's not that far.
Well,
You heard about the free lodging.
Well, yeah, that too, but mostly the summons.
Hold up. Hold on. Did the dog just talk?
he's a jackal, but yes, he did.
He said free lodging.
He understood.
I think you got it.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry to apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
Well, all right. Since we've introduced our local, Lyra happens to be a local graduate of the Basic Wizards Academy study program.
When you say it like that, it's less impressive, but yes.
Well, it's true.
You're not wrong. I didn't say it was wrong, it's just not as impressive.
Oh, okay. Well, what would you have rather me said?
Graduated top of her class here in town.
At the Basic Wizards.
The basic part's the part that we should. Yeah, I graduated top of my basic wizard class.
Ah, see, she'd have demanded it if she was a grandmaster, though.
Congratulations, that takes a lot of work to be top of your class.
Thank you.
Oh, that was very nice of you.
Very nice of you.
Why don't we jump over to you, dear dwarven friend?
Yeah, I'm Payne Stoneback. I come from a small hole in the ground, very far north. I had to travel 15 days about. It was not uneventful, let's say. But we're here now, and safe, and I'm looking forward to this adventure.
Right. And he kind of looks down at your holy symbol. I'm assuming that you wear it openly.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are a man of the gods.
I am a cleric of Moradin. Yes, I think that covers most things.
All right. Fair. And you, he kind of glances past Payne and at Amelia, looking at I'm assuming that she's also wearing her holy symbol openly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear Lady of Celestian?
Yes. I'm Amelia of Holdenburg. and she doesn't expand any further than that.
Oh. Wow, lively group we've got here.
Well, maybe if you had gone with 2 truths and a lie, was it?
Yeah, I typically works better on the aristocracy. Though I'm regretting my decisions now. Canis, your turn. Ah, shit.
You good?
Yeah, I just gave it away. The whole name introduction is kind of your thing, sorry.
Oh, everyone, pretend like you didn't hear his name. Okay, do it.
It's kind of ruined now, but I mean, I guess I'll just go with the full name then. It's alright, you'll get it for the next one. I am Canis Aurelius Procat, but you can just call me Canis, or Jackal, or anything. I don't care particularly.
But dog is that?
Just don't
You can
call him
call
late
me
for
dog, I
dinner.
Okay.
Well, I think you'd all be very interested to know that Canis here is actually Lyra's familiar.
We're pretty familiar. He's known me like my whole life, pretty much.
And this
Also the
town,
magic kind.
well, yes, that's true. And this town has known him for far before she was even born, so. Right. The rugged gentleman in the back, then, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, evening, everybody. Name's Dench. I'm, hail from, Philandrius. Is that how you pronounce it? Philandrius, or is it Philandarius?
Potato, potato.
I think he was asking you.
Tomato. Got
Oh,
it.
was he
I
asking
think
me?
he was asking you.
That was a DM question, really.
Oh, was it? She just said, I think he's asking you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it could be pronounced both. It's like somebody from the south, calling it a buggy instead of a cart, and somebody from up north calling it a cart instead of a buggy.
Yeah, out in Philandrius, we call it Philandrius. Everybody else calls it whatever. Wrong description of it. Whatever they call it. Anyway, about a 13
He said it with the
day
accent, so I
travel
thought it was.
from me. Mostly uneventful, except I did find a boar, and it did yield some pretty tasty little strips of bacon, I must say. Well, not really bacon. It was more. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. It's very nice to meet y'all. I'm sorry for my ramblings. Hello,
Explains the
Dog.
smell.
It's really tasty. Would you like a piece?
Yes.
Did he still have any jerky left from?
Oh
his
yeah,
travels?
I would totally assume that he would have had at least a little bit.
He'll hand over a piece of jerky to Canis.
Yeah, it's like
Can't absolutely take it.
pork it.
Cured it myself on the road.
It's good. It's good. It's salty. It's plain but salty, and it doesn't taste like it's spoiled. So however the hell he did it as fast as he did, he preserved it pretty well.
He's gonna like
Pretty
you.
tasty. You did good.
Sorry for calling you dog earlier, and sorry for being so surprised. I never met a talking jackal. I never met a jackal, nonetheless talk.
You should see some of the hands around here. They're great conversationalists.
The what?
The hands.
The hands. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
the
you said
hands.
hands.
The hands.
Just like a walking hand. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
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 Is that what you're telling me?
Lyra, he understood
Oh,
you.
okay.
You got it.
Shit. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Wow. Out of my element.
Okay, well, you obviously all heeded our call and came here on your own accord. I assume that the three of you traveling from outside the city limits have been paid your stipend. There will be free room and lodging that will be provided anytime between now and when this contract is over. But let me get into the meat and potatoes of what Mistress Rosanna's issues are currently in the city. So, within the last couple of months, more recently in the last couple of weeks, more like four-ish weeks, there seems to be some sort of illness circulating through the city, and though we have quite a reputation for having some of the best healers on Trinity, and quite frankly on the Prime Material, our local clergy and even our local alchemical resources have not been able to pinpoint the cause of said illness. So to better understand the illness, which at this point seems to essentially make seemingly normal people with absolutely no history of mental illness go completely berserk, we are looking for you all, a group of... He kind of glances around. Outsiders, glances over at Lyra and Canis, for the most part, who maybe can put new eyes on the matter for us and help us figure out what the hell is going on. What we're looking for is that the city will be at your disposal, obviously within certain limits, but you're free to talk to whoever you need to or to do any sort of investigatory work as you see fit. Just know that laws must still be applied, and you cannot break our rules for the sake of this investigation unless you receive permission to do so beforehand. With that being said, what we need is we want a few things. If you can figure out or find a cause of said illness, that is the end goal. That's what we're looking for. But if you can at least find a living subject, somebody who has fallen to this illness, and bring them back to the Emerald Tower alive, we might be able to delve deeper into this illness, because unfortunately, every time we have encountered and attempted to subdue somebody exhibiting signs of this illness, it has led to their death. And at this point, resurrection does not seem to fix the berserking nature of the ailment. So, anyways, if you can find more than one subject, great. If you can find at least one, that would also be fantastic. What we are offering is for each living one of you, as this may be dangerous, I'm telling you right now, these people, they go completely berserk and attack on sight within this illness boundary. But for each one of you that returns to us alive, we will pay you 10 gold, plus an additional week's lodging, should you wish to stay employed, and should we have anything else for you to do moving forward. That lodging will also include food access and free access to the elven bathhouses.
Question.
He takes a
I got one
long...
after her too as well, if you don't mind.
Oh my, this is exciting.
He takes like a long, slow look at Lyra. Yes.
When people encounter people who have been inflicted with the illness, are they then also people who become inflicted with the illness? So is it contagious that you're aware of?
I don't know that answer. These occurrences are happening in populations within the city that we're not getting a great many details from. It does not seem that it is contagious by combat contact. At least it doesn't seem that way. Again, the locals are going to be your best resource. A lot of what we are seeing is kind of in the... And he sighs, and he kind of like looks off to the south part of the room. It seems to be more in the outskirts of the city limits, near the slums where the wood elves reside, for the most part. It's not the only place that we've heard of this, but it seems to be more concentrated there. But again, anywhere in the city that you'd like to do investigatory work, thankfully for you three, and he points to Payne, Amelia, and Dench, Lyra is a local resident. Actually, Her grandfather was a very great archmage, Barkab rest his soul. Prior to his demise, he was one of the Council of Archmagi here at the Magi Academia.
That's
I'm
true.
so excited for this. So I read so many stories about this kind of thing where I came from, and so have you guys checked the wells or like the local inn? Maybe there's a rat infestation. I read stories about that. That was a really good story. And what else? Oh boy, there were so many stories about this sort of thing though. I mean, the well. Did you start with the well?
So we... I... look, I will level with you, my dear friend Dwarf. I don't get outside these walls very much, and I'm just a proxy, so I don't know... I don't even know where my water comes from.
Oh, I can relate.
As far as the rats, I haven't seen a rat in Willow Hollow in probably 250 years. We've a circle of druids who do a very good job at keeping pests away from the inner city, where the aristocracy tends to mingle. But anything is possible. Anything is possible. So let your investigatory skills and your sharp mind full of stories be your guide. Dench, you said you had a question.
Yeah, I did. And actually, Lorelei kind of covered my first one. I was more concerned about the contact, plague or hag in my mouth or anything. But I guess I did have a question about the longevity of the last things. So they contract this disease, they go crazy, and then what? Do they live like? Do they die from that, or do they die because somebody has to put them down?
Again, the reports are very sparse. You see, unfortunately, even though Willow Hollow is an elven capital, our different subspecies tend to segregate heavily. The wood elf population, which is more outwards in the slums, they stay to themselves and are rarely seen inside the cities, as they are not typically city folk. So what we receive for information is very watered down through word of mouth, through word of mouth, through word of mouth. I truly don't have more information, but Lyra could probably lead you in the right direction. Honestly, a lot of people, I don't know. I really don't. I know that these people become seemingly ill, and then they exhibit the same behavior, which is that they go absolutely berserk and attempt to kill everything they can get their hands on. So my guess is that their demise is led from self-preservation. From those being attacked, of course.
I wonder if it's something they're eating.
Distinctly possible. Wood elves are known to... He stops himself, glances down at Lyra. Excuse me. My apologies.
It's okay. I fell down a well once. I didn't see any rats down there, but I'm sure we could probably visit that one.
Did you drink the water?
Well, no, I was trying to get out of the well, because I didn't fall down it on purpose. And Candace was really mad that I... That's the story, but we don't have to talk about it in front of Cornelius, and I'd rather not. Actually, now that I started.
She tripped over a rock.
Oh, Candace.
It's fine.
Canis. Jackal. Jackals. I don't know what... I mean, you look like a dog. I have never seen a jackal. I guess I've read stories about jackals. That's exciting to see a jackal.
That's where
But
my problem came from too. I'm
dogs eat rats, right?
I don't eat rats.
Oh, do you see rats?
Sometimes.
Like right now?
Aha! So
No.
it could be rats under the inn, if the stories hold true.
Right, so I'm a very busy man, as I am the sole proxy of Mistress Rosanna. I'm assuming that you are all... He kind of glances over at Amelia. I'm assuming most of you are on board for accepting this job.
Well, I could definitely use the money, so yeah, I'm on board.
I need to know what's happening.
And what about you? And he is staring at Amelia. Your facade says no, but
Amelia just has been kind of watching everyone spit ideas and kind of considering all the words being said. I would gladly help if I'm able. I have one question though, and I apologize for taking more of your already precious time. You said your healers had already taken a look, at least a little. Do you have any names of ones who might have the most information in a town filled with healers of prowess? It's hard to know where to start.
Well, I'm not of the clergy caste, so I don't really know a lot of priests. Not to say I'm not a religious man, but I'd say well, there are three major temples here in the city. There is a temple of Corellian Lytherian, a temple of Elona, and to the far northeast, a temple of Celestian. Some of the wizards at the Magi Academia do worship Bakab, and you can find some there who may even have been given divine rights to his magics. So those would be good places to start. I would assume that if anyone was going to have looked into this, it would be someone from one of those four clergies. But I truly don't have a name. And you are all asking very good questions, and as a proxy, I am very, very upset I wasn't given more information to give you all, and I apologize for that failure here in the Emerald Tower.
The information you've given has been incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. I just have one more question though. All this food here on the table. Can we just, we take some of that with us on our way out, or should we just should we leave it here? Or...
No, you definitely look famished. Please, help yourself.
Oh, thank you so kindly. And he'll definitely pocket one of the gigantic
It is
logs of bread in front of him.
It is the soft. You can tell. You touch it, and the exterior is just perfectly crisp, and it squishes like when you bust that bitch open. It is going to be the softest bread inside, and it's still warm to the touch.
And Lorelai will reach into like this little bowl in front of Candace here and grab two little buns that are in there and slide them across the Dench. Eat one now and save one for later, and thank me whenever.
Oh, yes.
Get out of my bowl.
Thank you kindly. I mean, there was one right in front of me, but I do appreciate it.
You don't know what's good. It's okay.
My giant name is covering it, at least on my side.
Right. Okay, one more bit of formality, and he opens his book, and he flips to another page. This page is there you can see that there's a copy of the letter imprinted. Underneath, there is the word contract. Underneath that, there is a very short contract that essentially says that you are agreeing to the payment of 10 gold per surviving member of this task force, is what it's being called, plus lodging for 1 additional week for those who wish to remain employed after this specific task force contract is complete. Lodging will include food access and access to the bathhouses. And it specifically outlines that your task is to capture at least 1 living infected persons, if not more, and bring them back to the Emerald Tower alive, and or gather more information about the root cause of this illness. And illness is put in quotes and underlined twice. And he turns the page, puts it in front of Lyra, and puts a quill down. If you wouldn't mind, for formalities, and so that I can pass this up the legal chain of command to ensure that you get paid for what you do or don't succeed at.
Yes, of course. And she'll read through it. And so if we can't bring one back alive, bringing back more information will still be adequate, according to this?
If it's information that is able to be confirmed as true, and it progresses our knowledge of what this thing is and or where it comes from, yes.
Okay. And she'll take the quill and she signs her name, and it's like really loopy and actually pretty. It's actually quite pretty.
Okay, and we are doing something new this campaign. So, I'm going to have you roll on the Demon Contract Table canvas. No, I'm just fucking with you. Wouldn't that be some bullshit?
What?
That was a face.
I just disappear and get replaced by a name.
Who's the familiar now, asshole? No, okay, that's not happening. Okay, so no, we are doing something new, though. If you guys noticed in the beginning, I did not have you give a physical description of your character. I wanted to do all the personalities first, and now, as each person signs the contract, I'd like you to, now that you've gotten your personality out, just tell us what you look like, height, build, physique, hair, race, and what is it that you're wearing. You don't have to be like, I'm a wizard, but you could just tell us that you're hairy.
So she's like 4 feet tall. Very gnomish features, but there's something else about her too that you can see. She's got red hair that is really trying very hard to escape from the messy bun that's at the back of her head. She's wearing I guess it's like a top hat. Think like steampunk style with goggles on the front. I put a picture in Discord as well, but her skin is pale. She's pretty small, like pretty thin looking, and she's got gray, very curious and bright eyes. And I guess that's pretty good.
All right. The quill gets passed and the paper gets passed to Canis, and he kind of squints and goes, one moment. And he pulls out a small ink pot, and he takes a small saucer off the table, and he just pours some ink into the saucer, and he puts it over. I really wasn't expecting you two to show up. No offense, but if you want to just maybe paw print it.
Yeah, no worries. I kind of didn't expect to show up either. It's mainly her. And then he'll put his paw inside.
He thought we were gonna fall down another well, but we didn't.
I'm surprised we made it here, to be honest.
That's a deep subject.
Anyway, so Canis is about 2 feet tall, which is honestly bigger than an actual jackal. So he's about 2 feet tall, about I think 3 feet wide, 2 feet wide when we're making the square. And he has black along his back, but along his stomach and chin, he's more like this light brown fur. He's not wearing any clothes. The indecency. He has longish ears, triangle shaped, and he's a slightly bigger than average jackal.
All right. The paper gets passed to Dench.
Yeah, so Dench is a half orc. He has kind of olive green and gray mottled skin, kind of like what's that condition? Fatiglio, a little bit. He's wearing pretty rough clothing. He has do I actually have that yet? Yeah, no, just common regular clothes and a leather kind of vest, cloak that's just dirty and kind of tattered. A bow kind of resting next to him on the table there, but he seems to be a little bit, a little bit on the slightly older side. He's about 30 years old. You might get, you don't have to guess because he is 30 years old.
You don't have to guess. He
but
is.
he does look like, you know, he's been out in the wild for quite a while. Just kind of like rough and dirty. Just kind of funky smelling too a little bit.
All right. So and I'm assuming he signs.
Oh yes, just kind of he kind of looks at Lorelai's signature, and he kind of tries to mimic it a little bit, but it's just like a little like sha sha sha, and that's it.
All right. All right. So then the paper gets passed across the table towards Amelia.
Yep. I had posted things in chat because I had misunderstood things. But
What?
Amelia is very obviously
Oh.
a
Yeah, I would try to do it backwards this time so that we could get the personalities on the table and not have people be judged by their
the
looks.
frame of a human, but with signs of the delicate elven features. She's wearing chainmail that is definitely is not exactly new and sparkly. It's well maintained, but it's definitely seen some use. Same with the blade, the longsword, and the shield that she carries. She openly wears a holy symbol of Celestian. Everything kind of about her is just very practical, unadorned. So like her hair is pulled back, just chopped short, just above the shoulders. Her gear, there's nothing frilly or anything about that. It's just very, very practical. And the only other thing of real note is that across one cheek she has what was probably a fairly vicious scar at some points from years past. It's now healed, but it's still very much visible. She will also read over the contract, and when she adds her name, it's very just neat handwriting. It's not really a signature. She's more just writing her name. There's moments of hesitation. She does not write a last name. She does Amelia, kind of pauses a moment and then just says, of Holden Glen, and like writes that and then passes it.
Okay, and it gets passed then to Payne.
Payne will definitely take his time reading the contract, looking for that small script, because people that aren't dwarves are suspicious.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I think I did it.
You did do it. It seems pretty tight. The thing is, it's too simple for its own good. Maybe a little bit suspicious because of that, but there's literally no subtext to it, so you're fairly confident that it's just a standard do this and you get that contract. There's not a bunch of clauses or anything like that attached to it.
Typical. So Payne is a dwarf. He has I would say a simple chainmail shirt on, a large warhammer, a crossbow close by, probably strapped to his backpack, an amulet of his holy symbol, Moradin. He's very young for a dwarf. He is in his 40s, which is obviously very young for a dwarf, I guess. A fairly short beard, being so young. Very light skinned. He's not super rough and tough or anything like that. He's very curious and excitable. Like he's just been taking in the jackal and the wood elf and the orc, and just like absorbing all of it, and just like you can see him like vibrating with energy. He's like just ready to go.
Okay, so With that, Cornelius takes the paper back, looks it all over, and then he takes the quill and he signs his name with a huge calligraphy looping C-O little tiny script. Fenbrush is a huge F where it swoops down into the left at the bottom and up into the right at the top. Just over the fucking top. But elves, am I right? Yeah, he kind of looks down at it and he says, "This is about 80% of my day every day, so thank you." Alright, well, I think things are in order here. He puts the quill back in the pot. I thank you all. I apologize for having to run, but I must. I would encourage you, if you want to, you're more than welcome to take a few moments here, and then the gods, and he kind of points around to the four corners of the room, they'll see you out. If you need anything else from me, please just let the gods at the front of the Emerald Tower know. And if I am not indisposed, I'll do what I can. And or I may have myself or one of my Magi proxy, yes, I get proxies too, send a message. So, if you, well, I'll tell you what. If I can't reach out to you and I need to get a hold of you via sending magic or some sort of magical divination, I will ensure that you all have to determine which one of you will be the recipient, and you will have to tell the gods who may relay messages and or information that information. It would also mean that you have to make sure that your mind is ready and capable, Lyra.
It's ready. No.
That's right. No, your mind is more than ready. You graduated top of your class
I
at the...
graduated top of my class, Canis.
Right.
Sorry,
You were there.
and asking as a player, not as Amelia. Can you repeat what that was about receiving messages? I missed that part.
Yeah, so he said that if you intend to come to the tower and bring information, or if you need him and he is indisposed, you will need to tell the guards which one of you will be the contact for a sending spell. And it makes sense that he would tell a group of potential adventurers that, because if one of you has yourself blocked from receiving sending spells, that does you no fucking good, and they're not going to get through, and he's not going to keep wasting resources to do it.
Yeah, super fair. Okay, thank you.
All right. So, he gets up, grabs his book, and he leaves the room.
Very nice to make your acquaintance, my lord.
Thank you, Cornelius. As he's leaving.
Oh,
And he
a great
steps
rest
out
of
into
your
the hall.
day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
hold on. Just real quick. By outsiders, do you think that he meant expendable?
No.
Most likely.
So that was conflicting. No.
And Pain is eating. I definitely like eating.
Oh yeah,
No,
so
no.
is Dutch, absolutely. He hasn't stopped the whole time.
With as big as this town is, everybody kind of knows each other. So it's just that you're new faces. And we welcome new faces. We don't expend them.
Conflicting statements. The town is so big, but we know everybody.
That's the beauty of it.
Ah.
Well, I mean, I guess I should maybe renege on that idea, because of course you, Lorelai, are part of this town, and they wouldn't just send you to slaughter. That
Oh. Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, no.
So, Lorelai, you're the local expert. Where would you suggest we start?
Probably in the slums where he talked about. If you are really obsessed with the rats, though, we could check that first. Because if your theory's right, then we knock it out early. And
The
if your
slums
theory's
sound
wrong,
like a good place for rats.
That's true. I know you mentioned a well. Kind of stuck in my head.
If I may, why don't we start with the temples and see if they can provide where some of these cases have come from more specifically? It's a large town, as you said. We don't know which of the lesser frequented neighborhoods have the most problems.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that probably would be the best course of action, because I suppose they wouldn't really take too kindly to strangers sauntering up into their, encampment.
They might try to sell you stuff.
Oh, what kind of stuff they said?
Probably nothing you want, but I don't know you that well, so I could be wrong.
I mean, if they got kind of a craft market down there, I'd like to check that out at some point. But that's totally unnecessary to this mission. Focus on the mission.
If you buy a painting, just make sure you ask what the paint was made of. We should not go into further detail. And she'll reach across and grab something to eat from the top.
What they make it out of?
You don't want to know.
Let's assume berries.
Are you talking about doo-doo?
There's an audible from the leftmost corner of the room as an archer kind of shifts.
Yeah, we should.
Forgot y'all were there.
Yeah, let's eat, and we can go to one of the temples.
The temples here, there were 3 major and 1 other divine influence that is primarily recognized. Where would you recommend we start?
You say one lesser? Like the lesser folk go there, or just the lesser known kind of deity?
Not
There was
one of the 3 major temples mentioned: Corellian, Alona, Celestian, and she unconsciously touches her holy symbol when she says the last one. But then they also mentioned followers of the Cobb.
Let's do the Celestian one, since you have inside contact there.
I have not traveled here before, but that seems as good a place to start as any.
Just say you want to go to your temple.
I think Payne is right on that one. I mean, they'd probably be more willing to talk to somebody of the cloth as them, I suppose.
You'd
I would
see
assume so.
Lirelai would give Candace a quick pat on the head in between you guys talking.
The temples in different areas often have different approaches to things. It might be worth seeing multiple.
Oh, I think we should definitely visit all of them, just in case they've had priests that have gone to help the sick, or some such. I just thought with your inside contact, I mean, if there was a Temple of Moradin, I would be halfway there already, maybe. But I like your. Let's go your way.
Yeah, no, fine, you're good. That's cool.
Just race some, George.
She smiles a little bit, and then will also reach for something to eat because she's been on the road for forever.
And to be clear, you guys know how I love my food in D&D campaigns because I just want to visualize and eat it my damn self. It's amazing. The bread is physically warm to the touch. How it has stayed warm for the hour or so that you've been in this room, you have no idea. The pie that's on the table is still steaming. There's a fresh salad with like feta cheese, Kalamata olives on top, craisins and walnuts. There's a massive wheel of cheddar that's been partially busted into. There's small bowls of what appear to be.
Push the salad aside to get to the meat.
And there's actually a fair amount of meat. Lots of rabbit haunches. There are some dried meats, and there seems to be some sort. You're not entirely sure what the meat is. It looks a little bit more beefy, but it's like a singular small pot of stew, like a small pottage of stew. So yeah, It's all fantastic, and just this huge bowl of fresh whipped butter that's probably heavily encouraged for the bread or just your pocket, whatever. Yeah, so you guys eat for a while. You gather yourselves, and you leave. Is that right?
Player question then.
Yes.
Cam. Did we come right in off of the road pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much straight off the city road. I mean, you can decide if you want to, like if you know, walked around for a little bit, but realistically, after traveling, especially for those of you coming outside of town, for as long as you have, you knew that it meant you were going to get at least a free night's stay here. So probably finding where you were going to be resting would have been, you know, the ideal thing. But if not, that's your choice.
I was thinking more along the lines of road dirt and grime, and there was mention of a bathhouse, and we're going to a temple.
Yes. So so that is actually part of the reward if you complete your task. There is still a bathhouse. There are bathhouses, and there are inns and taverns that you can go to. But the lodging that was promised to you is like gonna be basic housing. And that is not, you know, you can wash up if you want to.
To the chapels first, then, in my opinion.
But yeah, there's probably a lot of dirt and grime. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to pop a couple of doors open because I would very much like to test and make sure that my walls and my dynamic lighting is working. So I'm going to open a couple of doors, and I'm just going to ask that you guys, you can choose any way you want to go through, but can you guys move your tokens? It doesn't have to be one at a time, but just so you should not be able to move through walls, but can you move them to the doors and then find your way out, please? Holy shit, it looks like it is working fucking beautifully. Can you guys see it? I mean, is it popping up like crisp?
Yeah,
like, okay, so
yeah.
Lyra, go ahead and move a little bit further north.
It did block me from going through a wall, which I decided to try.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, and shutting the door did cut off the entire room behind as well.
Beautiful. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome.
I can't see anything up at the top when I go through the door.
Oh, hang on one second. Let me see why that is.
Like there's just like a little line I can see.
Oh,
These left doors I
same.
can't see through.
Yep, same with these on the right.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why. The door is not locked. It's not secret. It's open.
Do you have it blocked on the map itself, like with?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know why. Hang on. I'm a dipshit. Yeah, because I still have fucking Hang on. Hang on. I still have Fog of War on. Hang on. Let me try something. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so if the Fog of War is off... Okay. Now, there's one room that I am not letting you in. I'm actually going to close it, and I'm going to lock that one so you can't open it because you can't see that room.
Now I can't move them.
What?
It's acting like I don't have control of my character. Won't let me move her.
I can't see through this room.
Can you move her now?
Oh, that one door is showing as locked now and cannot be opened.
Cool. Yeah, I know you can't see down there, Lucy. I didn't open it. You guys weren't actually not supposed to be you guys weren't supposed to be opening all these doors. I just didn't have them locked. I was just trying to get you to find the way out with what I had opened, so...
Fair.
It is very cool only being able to see a sliver of the room with being where we're at.
Alright, I'm going to lock a bunch of these doors. Okay, cool. So yeah, it did work exactly as I had anticipated. Candace, can you still not control your character?
I can't move her.
Can you move her now?
Yep.
Okay.
Just locked her up there.
Yeah, you were stuck in a wall is what it was.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Alright, well that's all I needed. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so do you guys like that? Is that neat? Because like all of my maps are going to be built around this system. I'm really going to try for it this time. So.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I've used this before and it's super helpful.
I like it a lot.
Cool.
My only question is if we're doing something where we're like peering into the room, like how would we physically do that with the tokens?
I
Or,
would
like,
say
specifically
so.
peeking
Here's
out the door?
here's my suggestion. At that point, tell me that you're doing that as a player, and we will do rolls, because obviously, if I know there's something in the next room, I may just openly reveal it for you and say, "Hey, here you go." Or I'll say, even if I can't openly reveal it, I might say, yeah, there's, 5 orcs in the next room and they're dancing around a massive pit because you looked through, you saw them, and they didn't see you. And that way you can plan, because you got to go through the fucking door regardless. It's either that or you're going to meld through a wall.
Perfect. As long as we can still, if we're being smart and trying to gain insights first, we don't have to bodily put ourselves in the doorway all the time.
Bingo.
I try and avoid pin
Yep.
cushioning.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the world map for you, or not the world map, excuse me, the Willow Hollow map. I'm going to drag you guys there, and then you tell me where you go. So you leave. You are not necessarily escorted out, but you are shown the way out.
Dench grabs like 2 more rolls on the way out.
Yeah, I told you.
And maybe a chicken leg.
Canis also has a chicken leg.
He's a big bag.
He's thick. Alright, so you guys find yourselves outside the Emerald Tower. Right about there. By the way, I do a lot of pinging in this. Just so you know, Pain, I do a lot of pinging. So just be aware of my pings. Pain. Ping, pain. Ping pong. Okay, sorry. I got a little excited there.
Ping, ping.
Alright, so you guys have free reign of the city. Tell me what you want to do.
I think that Lirelai would just confirm with the group that we want to start with the Temple of Celestian, and if so, she'd lead them up that way.
My only thought would be this other temple is closer. Coral Lawn.
It's Corellian, isn't it?
Yeah,
Instead of traipsing.
Oh,
but he doesn't
up
know. He's a
there and
dwarf.
back down again.
That big boy over
It's
there?
Corellian
The
light theory.
Temple of Corellian? You
You
want to
want
start
yeah,
there?
that is. Well, only because it's right here-ish.
I gotta say, I think that, I mean, I get the feeling that, like, this is like a lower folk kind of disease. And that temple, that looks like high folk kind of.
Well, they help everybody, but if we're thinking about convenience here, we probably should start with Temple of Celestian, work our way down, and then hit the slums.
Fair enough.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. Hey, is there where is there a good place to eat around?
Well, the Weeping Willow Inn is pretty good. All the taverns do a pretty good job, honestly.
Didn't you just eat?
For future reference. Well, I'm just gotta plan my next meal.
What if he runs out of pocket bacon? Or
And bread
buns,
and pocket bread.
or
and
Pocket pork jerky.
pocket
Keep your
Pocket
bacon
jerky.
in your pocket?
it's jerky.
Yeah, where else you gonna put it?
Not in my pocket.
In his mouth. Okay, this way to the
Yeah,
Temple of
that's true for
Celestian.
mouth, yeah.
Alright. So, is anybody doing anything on the way to the Temple of Celestian?
Have I heard anything about this temple at all?
You can give me a history check. That seems appropriate for information about a temple that you haven't visited before.
Okay. Flat roll or advantage because this is my deity.
It is your deity, but you were never like an officially trained priest, so flat
I
roll.
also have a +1 regardless, so it's not
Yeah.
different.
Unless you land that 20 in place of that fucking 8 you rolled in survival. Oh, holy shit, she did!
You did
Alright,
it.
Wow. Okay.
So, first
I'm
nat
happy
20
to
of the campaign.
So, yeah. So you were never taught, because you are not a professionally trained priest. In fact, you're not technically even a, like, church doctrinated paladin. Your gifts are a little different than most folk. So, you, though, had overheard prior to, we'll say, recent events, much prior to recent events, about the Willow Hollow Sanctuary, is what you guys would have referred to it as, but it is the Willow Hollow Temple of Celestian. And that it is grand in nature because when they built it, they had resources donated by the elves. And the elves do everything a little bit more lavishly than back in Holden Glen. So they were given a lot more money for things, and that was able to buy better craftsmen, better resources, etc., etc. And it was done faster. You are aware that the woman who currently, you've never met her, but you are aware that the woman who currently runs the church is High Priestess Daquana Rosebloom. She is elven, though you're not entirely sure like what subspecies she comes from. You do know that she is elven, and that's about what you know of her. All right.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank
As
you.
we're walking through, I'd be like waving to people. I'm unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zero. But she's pretty warmly like people wave at her. They're not like, oh God, it's her. She seems like well known, well enough known.
I wouldn't say that you're like, she's not like, people wave at her. Sure.
Yeah, nobody's looking at her and going, ugh.
No.
People seem friendly.
Yeah, people seem friendly enough. Just in general, people in this town seem very friendly. You know, even considering your half lineage is that of gnome and elf, which is extremely rare, you're not looked down upon. There's a couple of side eyes at Dench, though I'm guessing he probably doesn't notice. But it's not side eyes like, oh shit, what is that? It's like, oh, interesting. You know, it's more quizzical in nature. People are curious here. This is a place of learning and understanding. But you would pick up on that, Lyra, for sure, because you know the ins and outs of these prissy little shits.
Yeah. Okay, noted.
Okay.
If possible, I'd like to ask, just on the way, because this is, I don't know how well known this like disease is. I know that we were called in for it. But would there be like rumors of maybe just people attacking others around, or I guess I want to listen in for if there's anything like that as we walk.
I'm sorry, run that past me. Sorry, I realized you guys were posting in Discord. Also, that picture of Dench is fucking awesome.
It is.
Okay, sorry.
As we were walking, I kind of want to like listen around because I don't know how well known the disease is or anything, but because it's like people attacking.
Yeah, so you're just keeping an ear out. Yeah. Okay, why don't you go ahead and why don't you go ahead, because you're not talking to people, but you are listening. So why don't you give me a perception check? I would use investigation if you were talking to people.
Can I use advantage because it's ear sound?
Yes. Yes, you can. You have advantage on perception checks that deal with sound for heightened senses, or is that just, were you asking me in general? Because if you you do have heightened senses, okay.
Yeah.
What is it? It's sound. It's hearing and smell. Is that what it is for you?
I think it is.
I just want to make sure because it's labeled here as arcane sight for some reason, which is not.
Give me a second here. Let me look. Species. So arcane sight, you can see in dim light. No. Yeah, that for that perception, it's only sight, because arcane sight, you see very, 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 very well. You pick up on auras and things like that. So no, you do not get advantage on this.
And 13.
Okay, 13 is still okay. Okay, so give me one moment. Okay, so You do pick something up. As you guys are walking, Canis, you guys get up towards like the guardsman HQ and the Eternal Grove Tavern, and you guys are kind of walking in between the two of them to go up to the west of Willow Hollow Stables to get to the Temple of Celestian. And you see there's a group of 3 guards near the headquarters that you can kind of overhear talking. Everybody else is just kind of bullshit talking, you know, daily life sort of thing. But you get up to that point and you hear these 3 guardsmen, and what you pick up is you hear one of the guards say to the other 2, "Yeah, I heard that priest talking. Apparently when they dissected the body, he bit his fucking tongue off." The other guy goes, "He bit his tongue off?" The third guard goes, "That's not the only time I've heard that. Down at the Temple of Alona, they had another one of the victims. Bit his fucking tongue off too. They're all biting their tongues off."
I guess as we're walking, you probably say, well, as we're going by, we go, so, I know that we're going to Temple of Celestian, we might find information there. Apparently, there was also a person, one of these people at the Temple of Alona.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll make sure we hit. I think that was next.
Definitely make sure to go there.
Also, if we do end up capturing one of these people, we have to make sure that they don't bite their own tongues. Apparently, that's multiple occurrences now.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're biting their tongue.
Wait, do these people are biting their tongues off, or biting other people's tongues off?
He just...
I think they're biting their own tongues off.
Thank goodness. Quite frankly.
That would be awkward.
Thanks.
Are we, player question, are we in the middle of just like a populated area when we're talking about this?
I mean, yeah, you're in the middle of... You're like in between, if you look on the map, you're in between Willow Hollow Stables and the Guardman's headquarter, making your way up towards the Temple of Celestian.
Amelia, then.
Is there a way to change my fucking color? Oh,
Not
there
that this
is.
isn't important to discuss, but if this subject matter might
God
be
damn it.
better kept within closed doors.
True. Just for everybody's reference, when we get to that part of town, don't go behind closed doors.
The
Oh,
temple
behind
Right.
the open ones?
sounds very concerned when
No,
she
not the
said
temple. No, I said the other side of town when we're.
She means the slums.
Oh.
Oh, Candace.
Oh. Yeah, okay. But, I mean, is there like kidnapping problems that happen there? Or is
There's
it like-
definitely robbing. I mean, they're, just,
Keep your whole coin purse
So
close.
it's
I
a
got you.
shady side of town. That sounds like,
I
oh, this is gonna be good, guys. This is gonna be good.
He's so excited.
really
Get
love
excited
your
about weird things,
enthusiasm.
Payne, I gotta say, yeah.
I was gonna say that, like, maybe, like, especially when we're talking to people who were afflicted or the families were afflicted, just bring down the excitement a little. Just
Oh, it's like be sensitive. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You said you live underground, right?
Yeah. Well, from a hole in the ground up, way up north. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
like literally a hole in the ground? Sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I'm just
You could call it that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She's gonna keep leading up to the Temple of Celestian.
And a couple of minutes later, you guys arrive at the front door of the Temple of Celestian. There is nobody outside. The doors are closed, but as you approach, you absolutely 100% smell the scent of burning sage and burning dandelion root, which is kind of a bitter, It's aromatic and bitter all at the same time, kind of clears the senses. The sage kind of, makes your eyes water a little bit, but it's pretty common for, a temple, so. And I'm assuming you guys are entering.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Being priest, would that signify anything to me? Like, do you burn those for disease prevention?
Make a religion check.
That is a formidable odor.
That was a good word.
So,
Thank you.
that's not a bad roll. You would know for sure that the sage is utilized for warding off evil spirits. You are unfamiliar with the dandelion root. That's a new scent to you. Being as deep underground as you have been for as long as you have been, it's not common to have that, but you guys do grow sage. And you do harvest sage, so yeah, definitely like an evil spirit warding plus something else. Great fucking question.
I would just say something like, "Oh, they're definitely being cautious of the evils around town."
All right. I'm assuming you guys enter.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, give me one moment. Ah! Oh, the light is making me so happy. Sorry, I'm just gonna drag you all onto the grass. You move yourselves after you want after that. It's really, I mean, the shadows it creates, even on the back of the building with where the wall structure is fucking awesome. Okay, I'm done fangirling over my own artwork. What, did you just jump through a fucking window, Candace? Yeah, you did.
Considered it.
No, you did. I watched your model jump through the window and then move down. So you can't move through walls, so just FYI, like, if you do that at some point, it will be considered jumping through a window.
Yeah.
So just pay
Yeah.
attention to the icons.
It is a little bit gray in here. Like, is this kind of dark and hard to see my character? Is that like part of the fog of war?
Give me one moment.
Just a quiet DM note that Amelia would
Yep.
just do like a one-line prayer to Celestian before entering, just being respectful.
Oh, okay. Did that help you at all, Dench?
There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot.
It's because I turned on daylight mode. So just so you guys know, if I don't have daylight mode off, meaning that your dark vision is, so if your dark vision is not on and it's daylight, you will see what you're seeing right now. If I have nighttime mode on and you can still see inside, it will always show up as that gray because you see in shades of gray, and I changed your color view to shades of gray to match your dark vision. So
Nice.
it's nice now, but I'm really terrified for like 40 sessions in. Hopefully it's, it's cool. But anyways, here's daytime mode. Okay, so you say a prayer to Celestian. Amelia, as you breach the doorway, you feel your scar very momentarily gets ice cold and then fades.
That's the first time that's happened, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Were you praying audibly, Amelia?
Probably. I think it's not like a loud thing. She's not proclaiming it. But she is. Sorry, I have a prayers list. One sec.
Look at you,
Yeah, I've been prepped for this.
damn paladins.
She would have like just whispered, like to herself, like before she goes in, like bows her head a little bit and says, "Just light the sky within me, Celestian, that I might see the road ahead," and then enters afterwards.
That was in common.
Yes.
Okay.
I think, unlike my rude as fuck Shatterkai, this one defaults to common.
Okay.
It'd be horribly insensitive to do anything else.
So Payne and his excitement kind of started way in there. and then realized, oh, I didn't look to see if like there was a service or something going on. How rude! And then like back traced and like kind of got back with the party. And yeah, definitely takes the look around. Is something going on that we're going to be interrupting?
Okay, so as you enter, you see that there are, half dozen or so individuals in here kind of sitting. There are a couple of priests up in the upper left and right hand corners of the room. Obviously, what you see is what you get as far as my world works. So zoom in as close as you want to or as far out as you need to. But there are two floating, what appear to be moon or planet structures, free floating. They're not hanging by wires, next to this massive marble altar with a large golden plate on it. Behind that plate, you see an individual who looks like this. This Amelia.
Okay, now see, that's a normal-looking AI person.
Yeah, and that took some effort. Amelia, you immediately would recognize, like, the way that she's been described, that this is more than likely High Priestess Daquana Rosebloom. And she is in the middle of just gently praying and speaking to the group. You would hear, as the door opens, and guide our sheep as they are on the prime material, as motes of star energy in the sky. And let their lights lift up to the heavens, dear Celestian, as we pray. And she stops, looking ahead, almost past, like through pain, and she spots Amelia, and her head turns. And let us pray. And you hear the group kind of bow their head collectively. That means the people are kind of sitting in the pews and the benches, and they bow their head, and you hear just kind of hushed whispers.
Amelia would 100% join. She'd just kind of look at the High Priestess for a moment, but when she says that, she would also bow her head to pray.
All right. So, 1 second. Okay, so you guys enter. She prays quietly, and then she almost kind of abruptly stops what she's doing, and she closes her book, and she begins to perform kind of like this quiet, ritualistic removing of the book, placing it below, snuffing out the incense, yada yada. That's going to take her roughly another 5 minutes, so if you guys are doing anything in that time, please let me know.
Payne would just be standing respectfully, like, got her eye contact, attention, and just, like, waiting patiently.
Yeah, I think Lorelai would probably move over to a pew. So she's not standing awkwardly in the doorway.
Yeah, Dench tried to do so also, like, very quietly, or as quietly as he could. Probably make a whole lot of noise.
Yeah, she would be like,
Sorry.
Kenneth will probably just go lie down beside, like, probably underneath the pew where Lorelai is.
Where the fuck did that go?
Is there space with where this figure is? Is he sitting? Is he standing?
God damn it.
On the pew on the right.
He is standing there, but like as you guys come in, as you're kind of like going, I'm assuming you're kind of like trying to nudge in and sit down. He'll take a step to the he'll step to the south there, and he'll sit in a pew by himself.
Oops. Okay, that works.
He doesn't look offended or anything like that. He's just like,
Okay.
oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't realize people were trying to get in here to pray. I thought it was just me.
Then yeah, Amelia's waiting out the service. She's sure as hell not gonna interrupt.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to get you guys some damn ambience here. Okay.
Some ambience.
Some ambience. All right. So, she finishes, and she kind of walks past the moon, or the large planet thing, and she gives blessings. You see she gives some, like, visible blessings to the priest that is here, and then she moves back. And she gives blessings again to this priest. They stay their station, and she walks out in front of her altar, and she just kind of stands there, almost expectingly. You would recognize this Amelia, like, after what's called the midday prayer service is done. She will open, or he will open themselves to like what they would call encroachments, where people can approach, ask for things, request things, give offerings. It's where everything is done in one shot. I need this, or I have this to give. And she just stands.
Are
Amelia,
there-
sorry,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
real quick. I'm curious. What is
Ooh, this cathedral theme is fucking kicking.
I like it.
What do you know of Celestian, Dench?
That's really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely nothing.
I would gladly tell you
It's the
all
first
the
time I ever
stories.
heard of it.
I
That's
would
probably true.
gladly tell you all the stories I know, but the simple version, Celestian is one of the gods of the sky, watches over travelers all beneath the stars, the moon. She just kind of shrugs, like that's the most common thing in the world.
Oh, okay. But, okay, I mean, that's just kind of just like, is that just like ambiance there? Is that just like decoration? Or is that like part of like their existence? I'm just curious. I just wonder how it's floating.
I think it's all three.
Magic.
The house I knew was not quite as ornate as this. One thing Amelia is going to do as she's quietly, very, very quietly talking to the others, she's going to keep an eye to see if other people are going up for encroachment, so she's not like beelining. But then when it would be, appropriate, she will excuse herself to go up, and if they choose to join or not.
Yeah, you see 3 people get up in line.
Yeah, this would have taken place like before, like as she was like finishing up, and then like before the encroachment actually started.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So you see three people go up there. But they're pretty quick. You see 2 of them make a request. She gives them like some small hand gesture blessing, and then one pulls a small bag, like a small leather pouch out, and hands it to her. She kind of like nods and touches her forehead to his, and then she goes and she sits. So, and then it is kind of just dead in the water after that.
Lirelai would.
Oh, go ahead.
Lirelai would she would crouch down to Canis and say, "Remember, church rules. Church rules. Church rules over in here. Church rules."
That's why I'm down here and you're going over there.
Okay.
I mean, should we give her some space, or should we?
Amelia would have like just started to go up, but would have kind of paused to look back, not necessarily inviting, but just to see.
We should go up.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm coming.
Okay,
Oh,
so
this party's gonna be interesting.
I was just gonna say that if like Payne was standing patiently in the middle of the aisle, but as soon as like the people started to move off, he would be like, looking at Amelia, kind of do the hand thing, like
hey, are we gonna do this thing?
unless she was like actively going that way, but like kind of impatiently but patiently.
Amelia would have just kind of just looked and just smiled a little bit and just. I think she might have just kind of done the like breathe kind of like hand thing. Nothing overt, just amused before she would have gone up to join.
Okay, so as you approach, you guys notice that she seems like a what would be considered a middle-aged elf. She has a small scar under her left eye, and she is wearing the typical white and silver Celestian priest robes with the amulet around her neck that has a very, very large ruby in the center of it. As you approach, Amelia, she looks to you. She glances down at your holy symbol, kind of looks at your gear past you for a moment and looks at the other three people around you and then back at you, and she smiles. She says, Sister Celestian.
Is that a normal greeting?
It is. It is.
Okay.
It's a little bit more like in the ranks of a priest. You would pick up that she thinks you're a priest.
Okay. I think she might like blink a couple times just being startled because everyone knew she wasn't where she was at. But she'll peace beneath the stars, High Priestess.
Peace beneath the stars. You are not of the clergy.
No, but I was hoping to make a request of those here, if you have the time.
I've the time, child, but where are you from? We've not seen you here before, and our people are far and few between in this wide world.
Oh, she almost hesitates a moment, but then I did travel to get here. Some days. I'm from Holden Glen.
Ah. Holden Glen. We've heard...
And I am gonna kind of try and see if she reacts at all to that.
Yeah, go ahead and give...
What I
Yep.
do.
Yep. Give me an insight check.
I'm so good at this. Never mind. I
Holy
guess
shit.
Completely trusting of one of the.
She got the first nat 20 and the first nat 1 of the whole
Son
campaign.
of a bitch. So in a moment, which is odd for a paladin, you panic and you get an adrenaline dump when you tell her where you're from. And you miss, her whole face goes blurry for a moment as you come back to, and she says, huh, Holden Glen. We've heard of the new leadership in Holden Glen. We welcome you to our temple, child. What can we do for you?
First, before we get to less pleasant matters, I would like to make an offering to help those who may need it. And she's going to hand over 3 gold.
She takes the 3 gold and she individually kisses each coin and places them in a small basket, which is affixed from a like a leather strap around her neck. And she says, "Blessings may it be."
Amelia will not interrupt. No, not everyone's a dwarf pain.
These taste like 50-50 to me.
Amelia will wait, and then she'll. We heard about the affliction. We're hoping to be able to help. Since some of the most famed healers and the prime material are here, what better place to start?
I think you're right, child. This is a good place to start. We don't have all of the information, and none of the bodies have been brought here, as the elves are keeping them. She kind of smiles, looks over, or looks down at your ears, kind of like shrugs and goes, "The elves of faith are being given all of the rights to those who've passed from this unfortunate illness. But we can speculate a little bit. Well, I suppose it has been a few months now, a couple of months ago, in the beginning of Shantor, within the first couple of weeks of Shantor, and she kind of nudges, or nods, motions behind her to the two telescopes that are against the wall and pointing out the windows. We noted some sort of foreign object that entered the Aurora Sphere, coming from the northeast. It broke into 3 fragments. We don't know where 2 of those 3 fragments landed, but we are confident one of them landed here in Willow Hollow. Very shortly thereafter, people started getting sick. And while we have not had access to the corpses, we have had access to the sky.
She's gonna stay quiet, just listening, filing information away.
We also know that one of those pieces landed somewhere to the far west. And one landed to the far east of Trinity, as far as we're aware, at least according to their trajectory. Unfortunately, as far as everything else is concerned, we're not quite sure. We've heard the same thing that our people are coming to us about. There's no panic in the street at this point, child. There is fear, but it's so secluded to a specific zone of the city that people are not panicking quite yet. Though we have had the stray prayer come in for relatives or those living near or closer to the slums. That this berserker disease or illness or ailment or whatever they want to call it is affecting essentially everybody, even though it seems to be very secluded, very specific, very contained to the slums. It's not. From what we're hearing through prayer requests, all ages, races, genders, professions, position, and hierarchy as far as the aristocracy is concerned are being affected. So the effects are seemingly random at this point.
Not just a matter of hygiene or basic access.
No.
Anyone exposed? Have you seen this fragment, or do you know anyone who has?
No.
I guess my rat idea is out. Sorry.
Sorry, wait, what was it? That was a DM
So
question. I didn't hear what you said.
It was supposed to be like under his breath. I guess my rat idea is out.
She
And
kind of
then a
looked.
quick apology. Sorry, that was out loud.
She kind of she reaches out and she puts her hand on Amelia's left shoulder, and she kind of pulls her to the side and looks past her towards you. Dear brother, I don't think your rat idea is out of the question I don't know what that rat idea is, but at this point, anything is worth investigation. And then she kind of like lets go, and you just see her face disappear behind the chainmail. So, where was I? Yes, hygiene, political status, race, gender, none of it seems to truly impact how people are being affected. We can't confirm that, except through prayer requests for those who have been affected. We have not had access to any of the corpses.
Do you know if the others, which of the others may have?
I would assume both of the elven gods' temples probably had access. However, there is rumor that both of them have gone under quarantine in the last 48 hours.
Would I have heard anything about that?
Make a... I'll tell you what, make a history check with advantage, because you are from the city, but you're, you know, no offense, you're half gnome. You're a little aloof, and you're kind of wizardy. 13, yeah, you have heard. You've heard of it. Now that she says it, you're like, oh shit, that's right. And nobody knows why. It wasn't like, oh god, people, like, the priests are going berserk and murdering everybody. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like some whole city shutdown. It was like, hey, things are happening, and the temples do this. Just as a clarification point for Lyra, the temples on occasion, like if there is like an outbreak of dysentery, they're gonna shut their fucking doors to the outsiders because they can't risk everybody getting sick.
Right.
But yes, within the last like 2 days, both of the other temples, both of the elven temples. Now, I know we mentioned Bakab earlier. There is no temple of Bakab inside the Magi Academia.
Right.
There are just people who practice the religion. But yes, both of the elven temples have.
So that's why they're not doing any of their usual entertainment. Okay, well, we may have to change our route a little bit, but we'll deal with that after. You guys keep going. You guys keep going.
And Amelia's turned so that she can hear what you're saying, kind of looks down to you and just all right.
Entertainment.
You get it. Yeah. So there's like a half glance down at you, and then she goes, I think she understood what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
It's like everybody knows you're a little bit racist. Like, I get that from my dad.
Other rights referred to as entertainment before.
But you've done it to two half-breeds now, so everyone's gonna think you're a racist.
Where I'm from, either. Not really entertainment.
It seemed a little stuffy to me.
No, my mom's a bard. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Perhaps. And he'll turn back.
It's not that I'm complaining, by the way. She looks out past all of you and kind of goes, this is the most people we've had in here for a day service in 6 months. So it's a blessing. It may be a curse upon other temples, but we're praying for them as well.
Only people's journeys led them here at regular times. Just kind of says it with a little wryly.
So, is there anything else I can assist you with?
You've been most helpful, but I would turn the question on you. Is there any way we can assist?
She takes a deep breath, and she kind of exhales. With the other two temples shutting down in the last couple of days, our temple has become crowded. Which sounds ridiculous, but you have to understand, in a city where two elven gods reign dominant, our dear Celestian can only do so much to sustain those in need. If you happen to come across provisions for those seeking food, water, or shelter, or money that can go towards that aid, we'd be much obliged to accept it and offer our thanks and blessings in return.
Amelia, without hesitating, is going to reach for her coin purse
And
give
that's
the
why
entirety
she
of
doesn't
it
carry
to
the
her.
group loot.
Zero
Don't you have a
hesitation.
big bread roll in your pocket?
So I will.
Who did you say that to?
Is that a bread roll?
He says a dent. A bread roll, not a
Just-
bed roll.
When she mentioned something about need, Payne's first thought was, "Oh, we could give food. We just had a whole bunch of food."
Is he coming
Dench
across a
has a
lot
bread roll in
further
his
out
pocket.
today? He was
Dench,
coming across last night in
Don't
Discord.
you have a large
in-
bread roll in your pocket?
He sounds a lot further away, doesn't he?
He might
Yeah,
I think
I
his
have
mic
a
is up.
large bread roll in my pocket.
Oh, no, please keep your pocket bread. If we can just maybe like a crate or a basket or a pouch, anything that's not been put in anybody's pocket. No offense, but thank you, dear dwarf.
My pockets are a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I meant no offense. I didn't mean I wouldn't have it accepted from her either. She kind of nudges towards Amelia. I just think pockets in general are not a good place for food for those who are in need.
Yeah, it's good if it's for yourself, because it's your pocket.
Right, exactly.
I get it.
I was saying the
Yeah,
same
that-
thing earlier. They were trying to tell me that they were putting bacon in their pockets, and I was like, "That's disgusting." But this guy put bread in
Oh,
his pocket, and I was
well,
just like,
no.
"Well, it's bread."
Well, now it's technically not bacon. It's jerky. But
Pocket
I
jerky.
think the statement holds. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think we have. We'll keep an eye out for food that has not been in pockets, and more donations. She's kind of looking toward Amelia.
Yeah, let me back that up for a second because Amelia said she was going straight for her pouch. So Amelia, did I miss?
Yes, but that's okay.
I
'cause
missed
there
it.
was pocket bread.
Of course.
Amelia, without hesitating, is going to just hand over the entirety of her coin purse.
Oh Jesus.
That is 34 gold.
Okay. So she, as you pour the coins out into her hand, they like spill into the basket. And she goes, "No,
I'm
no."
giving her the entire pouch. I'm just setting the whole pouch in there.
Oh, okay. She goes, "Sister of Celestian, there is no. We can't. How are you going to? Oh, I can't. We can't take all of this."
Celestian will provide. There are others that need it more.
She smiles and then she switches to Elvish and she looks at you, glances behind you at Lyra, acknowledges Lyra, and then looks back at you and confidently says in Elven, which Canis, you don't understand. Everybody fucking but Canis and Dench understand this. So Lyra and Payne and Amelia, you hear her say, "Will your companions provide for you until you can replenish your stocks?"
I will provide for Amelia.
I'll pop up in Elvish as well and say, "We've got plenty of pocket bread, and if she needs anything else, we'll make sure she gets it."
She
What are
looks
y'all saying?
momentarily surprised. Yeah, it's like a lot of like French sounding jibba jabba. She looks kind of surprised by you two piping up, and she goes, "In common, my deepest apologies. I was not aware of your abilities to understand what I was saying. And I did not mean any insult that any of you could or could not provide for our sister of Celestian."
I thought that was an endearing question.
I was unaware as well, but I would not ask them to bear that burden either. We are fortunate to have been offered food and lodging while we look into this disease. I won't go without.
Good. And she takes the coin purse, she opens it, and she says, "Is there anything else, any other questions I can answer for any of you before I bless these coins?"
I have many, but I don't think I should ask them now. Could I come back another time?
Lyra, you are always welcome back here, even if it is you just skirting the outside of our walls and peeking in through the windows like you've been doing for 25 years.
What? Yeah, that was... I didn't want to interrupt anything. Don't tell Canis that you saw me, because I told him you definitely didn't.
Don't tell him that I saw him sneaking around back in the pews. And she kind of like peeks over Amelia's shoulder. Canis, you think she's looking at you for a second? You're like, nah, I'm fucking hidden.
I'm not hiding. I'm lying down there, literally.
Oh, you're just...
rolled up.
Okay. Maybe you don't even notice her then.
If she does, like, if I do hear her mention me, like, his tail starts wagging.
And she'll, Lyra will give a weird, it's like a super awkward curtsy. She's not good at curtsying, but she's sure as hell trying.
Oh, that was strange. Why did you do that? You don't need to do... What is this?
My mother told me I need to practice.
Oh. Yes. Your mother. Yes.
She just smiles, doesn't even catch on.
Yeah, she wouldn't even understand, like, the hussy look. Like,
Right.
Yeah, your mother. All right. Your mother.
Your mother.
I thank you for this, Sister of Celestian. I don't think you understand quite how much this is going to help. He's going, as she's pulling him out and blessing them and putting him in the basket, she's like, this is going to buy us hundreds of crates of bread and fresh fruit. Hundreds. These people, for as... She kind of takes a breath, and you see her eyes kind of well up. Excuse me. I think prayer services are over for today. We need to make arrangements to feed the people who are not being taken care of through the temples of Alona and Corellian Lytherian.
And I believe we have places to be. I appreciate everything, Priestess. Have a great rest of your day.
That's High Priestess. Thank you, Master.
Hi, Priestess. Apologies.
She turns.
Lyra will
I don't
say,
believe we're actually introduced.
Lyra will whisper. She's gonna try to whisper. Everybody's a high priestess to him. He's from underground. Sorry about him.
Was that a tall joke?
She stops and she kind of looks back and she goes, Lyra, people can hear the things you say.
Right, echoes in here. Yep.
And she just begins to move.
I get it now.
All right, so the two priests that were on the outside of these moons, they kind of flank her, and they begin to come inward, and they literally begin all three of them, as you guys are like leaving, you hear them kind of just like loudly talking, like they just cannot believe. I mean, 34 gold to a temple that is like tier 3 in a 1 through 3 system is a lot of fucking money. especially when all eyes are on them. They're the only one open in the city.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said 34 or 32?
It's 34.
It's 37 total. 'cause
Oh,
he ate
37.
3 and then he
Yeah.
gave
Oh,
her
right.
34.
Even better.
Yeah, she would just thank them, and then she would ask ask him to let her know if there's anything else she can do. She'll be around for some time, and then she'll leave.
There would be a tiny, like a really three-note melody that Lyra will whistle as we're walking out, which Candace you would recognize as, "Hey, we're leaving."
There's definitely a sigh as he stands up and stretches.
You're just like heading towards the door, and Canis, you're just like in the depths of like the sprawled out pew sleep, and you hear,
I'm
God
loving it.
damn it! Yeah.
Who's a big stretcher?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, he's good at that.
All
I
right.
thought you would be longer.
I tried.
Oh, okay. So, it appears that we need to go to the elf area, the slums. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get into the church right now. The elf area is kind of the whole area. The slums is honestly, it's still an elf area. It's
Oh, I'm
accurate.
sorry. I suppose. I guess the wood elf area is what I.
Yeah,
what I
the
heard.
wood elf area. It's probably nicer than the slums too. You know, come to think of it. Maybe we
And
should
I don't
just-
know. I don't know how much you guys can see. Hang on a second. Hang on. Candace, this is. Oh shit! I forgot about this. Boop. There you go. I just added it to the map. Lower left-hand side. Lower left-hand side. Wood Elven Slums.
Perfect.
I forgot I had that set to my DM layer until you guys
They're in the
discovered it.
trees.
They're in the tree. Fucking predator. Ah!
As we're walking across town, because now we're not going to go down to the other temples since we know they're closed. Did you guys want to try the other temples? My mom does perform at the Temple of Ilana very often. It doesn't mean we're going to get special treatment.
Oh well, but didn't we hear some people talking about that temple earlier?
I
Like,
think
there's
that's
some-
where, yeah, people bit
Yeah,
off their
that-
tongue.
Mentioned it earlier, yeah. They apparently had some.
It's a crazy thought. On the way here, we passed the guardsman headquarters. I kind of thought, well, why don't we talk to the guards and you know,
They seem to know
I mean,
a thing or two. Yeah.
the bottom rungs.
Literally
always seem
everywhere I
to
didn't plan
know
for you guys to
what's
fucking
going
go.
on, maybe
Oh my
sometimes
god.
better than the
I'm a
the
fucking
higher-ups.
idiot. I'm an idiot.
That's actually very very accurate.
We can-
I do say that
That's all right, I got
that
it.
lower enlisted men and women tend to be very very well aware of the movement,
Well, maybe you should talk with
at least
them.
close to the ground.
I could talk with them, but Canna's, they're very familiar with Canna's. So maybe you should talk to them, but also they don't really let people inside their headquarters, so it might be an outside talk as long as everybody's comfortable with that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's a
I
nice
think
day
that's-
outside, right? I mean,
Okay. Okay, but one second though. Amelia, I have questions.
You said you had a lot of them.
Always, but one that I'd like to ask you in specific. At least one. And if you don't want to talk about it now, we could totally do fireside chat, but the High Priestess said that she heard of new leadership, and she said that a lot like the same way she always talks about my mom. So,
Before I answer that, what should I know about your mother?
Too energetic, way too loud.
really good at manners. And she's a
Wait.
bard.
that's nice.
Way too stuck up.
Hey, okay, careful.
I think I'm missing something. The way High Priestess Rosebloom speaks about your mother. I don't know how she would speak about your mother.
Like my mom, I think it's because my mom never performed at the church.
I thought you said she did perform at the church. Wait,
Not that
not
one.
the Celestian Church?
Only the. It's primarily the Temple of Alona, but.
What kind of performances do you guys do in your temple?
Well, sometimes it's like, ceremonies, like weddings, but also funerals, but also just regular ceremonies. Ceremonies.
You got it.
I don't know what that means.
Ceremonies. Interesting. Okay.
Wait, does everybody know what
Pain.
that means? 'Cause I don't know what that means.
Pain, make a. Can you Pain? Give me a sec. Pain.
Ceremonies are when you celebrate things, but sometimes you can do it with music or performance.
Okay, hold on. Stop talking, everybody.
Okay.
Oh. Disregard. Keep talking.
Wait, the timeout totally threw off my train of thought, and I was like, okay, timeout, and now I don't remember what
I didn't say timeout, stop thinking. I said timeout, stop talking, Pain.
A ceremony is. Was that the part you were misunderstanding?
You said entertainment also. Entertainment and ceremony, that's kind of hand in hand. Is that what I'm hearing?
Ceremonies can be entertaining if they're done right way. A wink.
Provide music
I don't know how
or
to perceive that.
receptions
Okay.
similar?
Yeah, music and dance. Lots of dance.
I'd say I think this is sounds like a lot more entertaining church than I've been to in the past. I mean, not including the Celestian, of course. That place seemed really fun with the floating orbs and such.
I'm
Nice
not
save.
going to be offended, Dench. We all have different paths we walk.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was a lost in translation thing with the entertainment thing, because the dwarven Moradin traditions are could be considered entertaining, but when you said entertainment, other things came to mind. Apologies.
Oh. That's okay. I don't know what you were thinking. This is the guardsman
Wait,
headquarters.
you mean like a brothel?
No.
Did you?
No.
I want to insight that.
Pain, make a deception check?
No.
Question mark.
I would've
If
insight that
that's
as well,
if that's truly deception, I don't know what he's getting at. So, but yeah, you two, throw your insights. Holy shit! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
you
my
two are
goodness.
suspicious, Fox,
Go
aren't
up.
you?
It's 21. I rolled a 21.
I don't even see his roll.
Oh yeah,
I don't
it
even
didn't
see
come
your roll.
across.
Oh, that's why on my other tab I accidentally pressed a mouse button and it took me out of roll 20.
Pain, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, is he telling the truth? Was he thinking brothel, or was it like a little bit a different route, like he was a circus performer?
You think it's Saucy?
So no, Payne would have been thinking something more like Bard singing at the tavern, but as soon as the brothel thing entered his head, then he was like, no, entertainment. Oh, no.
Yeah, you guys would pick up on that. So let me just preface this then. So Canis, Dench, and Lyra, Pain is not from the surface world. Pain is very clearly what you pick up with your insight. He's not necessarily lying. He's very fucking sheltered and not sure of what the fuck is going on up here. And you just freaked him out a little bit.
Bless your
Yeah.
Bless your
Yeah. No, not entertain. No. So this is the guardsman headquarters.
Yeah, there's those same 3 guardsmen that were out there before are standing like at the side of the building, like post smoke break, staring at you guys having this open conversation. And they're not saying anything; they're just watching you.
I'm not allowed in there.
Tell me I'm going
Do
with
these
that.
gentlemen know you, Lirelai? Or would it be...
Oh, they know me. Yeah, they know me, but you can feel free to chat with them because my chats have been quite limited to handing them money to get a certain someone out of trouble.
I see. Okay.
So one of the guards, the guy there, so there's one of them. So they're all dressed in like actually they're all dressed in like mithril chain, like short sleeve shirts with a spear and a shield. And the shields are just kind of like haphazardly down at their side. The spears are kind of like lazy. The one guy perks up. He's got like mid-cropped blonde hair, but it's pulled back into a little ponytail underneath his like half helm. He goes, to be clear, Lyra, we didn't take any money as a bribe. We took money as payment for the crime because of the fee that was put on the crime that he was convicted of.
Yeah. What race is he? Just so curious.
Oh, elf, high elf. What? They're all 3 of them are high elf.
Yeah. To be clear, my my ambiguity was more to save face with him than it was with you.
Wait, who'd you point at when you said him?
Canis.
Oh, okay.
It's just sorry.
No. Oh,
Sorry, Dalen. Yeah.
it's not okay.
And she'll kind of like she does not move you, budge you at all, but she just kind of like you feel her
Yeah.
hand on you.
Yeah, sure. Could I see? Do they have any like obvious ranks on them?
Yeah. So you see, there are 2 of them because there's pretty common ranks, common ranking systems throughout most of the major cities. So 2 of them have a single chevron. You would recognize them as probably entry-level privates. And then one guy has a double chevron, and you would probably recognize him as more like a corporal or specialist-ish, somewhere right around there. So still pretty low on the totem pole.
But in full swing of the rumor mill. So I'll approach the corporal.
Okay.
Afternoon, corporal. My colleagues and I here are investigating some goings-ons around town. We overheard you mention something about folk biting off their own tongues.
He kind of looks at you surprised and he goes, "Damn, you knew I was a corporal? You from around here?"
You have your rank clear and present. And I was a military man myself in the past. So.
Oh, no shit. All right. Yeah, who told you? He kind of peers over your shoulder, looks at Canis.
He smiles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was very surprised to learn that our jackal friend could speak, but he told me that he overheard some conversations about individuals going crazy and biting off their tongues in some of the churches around here.
All right. You know, seeing as you're a military man, suppose I can tell you at least what we know. Which isn't much, by the way. The churches are keeping things pretty locked down right now. And the only church that's functioning in the city is the Temple of Celestian, because the other 2 have corpses that are under investigation. So what we understand is that this started probably 2 months ago or so. And it was really slow initially, but it's become more and more frequent as time has gone by. I think within the first 4 weeks there was like 3 that were noted. When we realized there was a pattern, meaning the guardsmen, our lieutenant had noted that the pattern was within, essentially over near the Wood Elf slums, and after that, each week has almost doubled the number of occurrences. Unfortunately, these occurrences are starting to spill out into the other areas of the city. It's actually gotten as far up as the Emerald Grove Tavern. Hasn't touched our guard quarters, thank goodness, and it hasn't touched anything above us, but the Eternal Grove Tavern has had a little bit of a bump. One that I'm understanding, but yeah, that's and what we have heard, we've not seen it ourselves, but what we've heard through the grapevine from other guardsmen is that these people go absolutely. He kind of like looks over you, he leans in, absolutely fucking berserk, and they try to kill anyone around them. And as they're being apprehended, they foam at the mouth and bite their own tongues off before they die. And they don't go down without dying. Like, subduing is pretty much out of the fucking question. At least as far as we're aware.
I have a question.
I didn't realize she was listening.
I'm always
Oh,
listening.
she's sneaky.
Kind of looks over Dench's shoulder and down. Yes, Lyra.
Sorry. So, we are trying to help with that whole situation. And part of what we are told with the contract we signed is that we will have, the city will be at our disposal, but we also have to not break rules, which of course, you know, I would never do. But if we get
He glances down at Canis and then back at you.
If permission is granted beforehand, then we're okay. Are we allowed, since we're investigating this, to go to the temples anyway?
I believe we have documentation corroborating that story.
I can't grant you that permission. So I can't give you that information.
Like, is the worst thing they just tell us at the stairs to go away?
Probably. And
Okay.
the best case scenario is that you go away.
No, the best case scenario is we get to go inside and do our investigation. That's the best case.
Also probable. I can't speak for the churches as I'm a guardsman and not part of the clergy.
Okay.
Quick question for you. Actually.
Yeah.
Have you personally seen one of these individuals, one of the infected,
I
or any of your men in your squad?
I have not. I have not. And he kind of looks to the other two. He nods, and both of them shake their head. We've just heard stories of what's happening on the southwest side of town. So unfortunately, everything here is hearsay. But we believe what our compatriots and friends have said. I don't know why they would lie. We just haven't. Yeah, we haven't unfortunately seen anything ourselves. One more thing that it's dawning on me now. Typically, we've only seen these occurrences pop up in ones, but within the last couple of weeks, we've seen them start to come in groups. We saw, well, we, meaning the Greater City Guard, have seen one group of two groups of three, and 3 groups of 4 individuals, all outburst, I guess. I don't know what to call it.
You mean they've been seen going crazy at the same
Yes.
time, or
Yes.
roving around?
Yes. No, going crazy at the same time. They berserk at the same time. Whereas prior to that, for 4 or 5 weeks, it was only single occurrences. So something is happening.
So would it be safe to say that somebody's having a conversation with an individual, all of a sudden that other individual just snaps and tries to bite their best friend's head off? Is that kind of how I understand this? I know you haven't seen any of this personally. I go to the Eternal Grove next to see what's happening, what their experience was there.
Yes, it's tough for me to say. I mean, I can theorize, but look, I'm gonna reason with you, friend. That's way above my pay grade. I just, I can only tell you what I've heard.
And you have given some valuable information, at least more about the where some occurrences happen, and the 2s and the 3s and the 4s are a little bit concerning. Sure. I thank you for your time, Corporal.
You're welcome. You're very well spoken. Where are you from? Where did you serve?
Oh, I'm from pulling out my notes right here.
Dragonford.
I'm from I served in Philandria several years ago.
Oh, Philandrius. Wonderful. In the
13 days ride east from here.
Yes. No. We're he kind of looks at the group. We're familiar. Freestanding militia or part of the infantry corps?
Well, part of the guard, part of the city guard.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you for your service. If it wasn't for you eastern sea borders, we'd have been conquered many times over. So we appreciate what you've done for us.
I appreciate you as well. You guys keep on keeping on, and maybe look to your private over there to kind of clean up his act. Looking sloppy, if I do say so. Sorry, I don't want to do your job for you.
Oh, he kind of like glances over. He clasps you on the shoulder. Thank you. Thank you. And he lets go and just kind of like turns back to the guys. You hear him kind of like whispering in Elven, not realizing that half of you fucking know Elven. And he, you, those of you who know Elven, Amelia, Lyra, and Payne would hear him just like, did you hear that? He's got the confidence of a fucking captain. You better get your shit together, otherwise our captains are going to have our asses. And that's it. They go about their business.
Okay.
Carry on, man. And,
that was a good fucking. That was a good RP.
They mentioned the Eternal Grove. That might be a place to look as well.
I heard everything.
Dunch, before we go, since you seem to have a rapport with them, did you ask about the fragment from the sky?
Oh, I totally slipped my mind. Corporal, real quick, do you remember a fragment falling from the sky, a big fireball that crashed somewhere nearby?
Might not have been a fireball.
That's what it kind of looked like to me when I saw it fall from the sky.
Oh, he saw.
But actually,
he saw it from everybody.
now's not the time.
Amelia, you heard him right. He said when I saw it falling from the sky.
Oh yeah, nope. I couldn't even start typing. I was too busy processing.
The corporal stops and he looks at one of the privates, the private who just got scolded, and he whispers something in Elven, and he goes, "You're the one who sold it, right?" And the private looks over at you guys and he goes, in common, I saw well, it was green. And it wasn't
big green fireball broke into 3 pieces.
Yeah, it was 3. And but one sailed off towards the east, one sailed off towards the north, and one it came close. I was terrified. My mum was screaming in the night. I was downstairs, so I ran outside, and somebody was screaming because I had forgotten to put my trousers on. and then there was a flash to the west, and I stopped thinking about it because she was it was blood curdle.
Wait, what was a blood curdle?
My
Sound of the
no, the woman screamed because I was naked from the waist down.
She was naked.
oh,
I remember that night. Many rumors spread.
Lots of screaming.
Hopefully they were good rumors.
What was the direction he said? I'm sorry, I was really distracted.
He said to the east and the north, but there was
East and
where the other two landed. But he said where the one landed here was to the west.
Thank you. You're fine.
many
Just
thanks to your private. You're good. Just keep your pants on.
keep your privates private.
That's. Thank you.
Don't forget to polish your spear tonight. Looking a little bit dull today. Okay.
Yeah, he looks up at it and goes, oh, and he switches to Elvish immediately and just starts cussing. You guys would hear him cussing under his breath. He's just like, fuck, I
know that word.
fucking knew the oil was fucking bad.
I think Amelia just turns like beet red hearing it out of nowhere, because this is the first time she's heard a guard cuss like a guard.
Especially an
Alright.
elven guard.
A high elven guard too.
I don't know what he's saying, but I've heard him say worse.
Okay, so if we want to hit the Eternal Grove, she'll start leading. Dench, I have a question.
Yeah, they were.
This whole campaign has turned into a fucking murder mystery.
Were you, we should make sure that we're kind of far enough away. Were you particularly mean to the new guy on purpose?
No, I wasn't mean to the guy. Just telling him to clean his act up. I mean, like it's about appearances.
He said so many things.
He said, oh,
Orphan
yeah.
standards, Dench was polite, kind, even.
Oh, absolutely. I've heard way worse from my superiors. Oh my goodness, the things they would say to me.
I mean, I
Curry toast,
personally,
my goodness.
I agree completely with making sure that metal is well kept, obviously. But I was just curious because I thought he was gonna cry, and then he was saying some
So many
things. You okay?
Wait, are elves that soft?
Ooh.
No.
So Lyra gets a look when you say that, Pain.
Oh, right. Oh, apologies.
Yes,
Alright.
you're from a hole in the ground. He's from a hole in the ground. He's from a hole in the ground. She keeps leading you guys to the Eternal.
I think
As
Amelia
as
just.
Dench was
Oh, God.
as Dench was talking about like rust and such, and like make sure like your weapon is like well taken care of. You will see his hand kind of like absently like go to like a pouch on the side of his belt a little bit. There's like a leather pouch there. It kind of looks like an empty gun holster. If anybody would recognize what that even looks like, it just looks like a big leather kind of sheath almost.
Pain, go ahead and make a... I'm just going to have you make a... I'll tell you what. If you're proficient in survival, make a survival check with advantage. If you're not, make a history check. Okay. So you glance down as he kind of touches it, and yeah, with a 12, I mean, it's a pretty common thing to see, especially where you're from. Like, especially in that region in general, black powder is fucking huge. You guys may have used it for, like, blasting purposes for your mines, the digger you deep into the world. But you would recognize, on occasion, it's not common day that dwarves, like, carry around a pistol or, a revolver or anything like that. But, yeah, it looks like a gun holster, like a black powder holster to you.
But very much empty.
But nothing in it. Yeah.
Would I call that a sidearm?
Oh, fuck.
And I mean, like his pistol holster is empty. Would it be,
Yeah.
because if he reached for it and it wasn't there, I would be like,
Yeah.
"Where's your sidearm, sir?"
Yeah, more than likely, for you especially, because you guys would probably use long rifles as, like, the primary defense, especially from things coming up from the Underdark. So, yeah. God,
Payne says
fucking
that out loud.
questions tonight. What
Definitely.
the fuck?
Yeah, like
What the
if you
fuck?
reached for an empty holster, he would be like, "You have a holster and no pistol or sidearm?" Or, I mean, appropriate question.
Oh, I had lost mine a long time ago.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's long story. We can get into it maybe after the investigation is concluded.
Yeah, I'll have
Absolutely.
questions.
I'll have
Of
questions.
course. Apparently, we're going to a tavern, though. Is this an elven tavern? I've never been to an
Pretty
elven
much
tavern.
everything is elven here, so I guess.
exciting.
Well, yeah, that's exciting. She looks really like the nervousness is clear on her face.
You're way too
Do
excited.
you have history with this location as well?
I grew up here. I've got a pretty decent history with every location, but to my knowledge, it's not negative.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really negative with Dalen either. I'm not the one who got in trouble. Somebody else is.
I didn't do anything with the tavern.
Not
I'm
with the
starting
tavern.
to see a pattern.
Candace gets bored. My lessons were long.
And her mother is loud.
She also has really good hearing, Candace. I'm just saying.
To the bar, then, correct?
Yes, that would lead us to the Eternal Grove Tavern, since it's on the way.
Okay, so to the Eternal Grove Tavern you go. Alright, give me one moment. Hey, there you go. Eternal Grove Tavern. You guys are on the outside. Welcome. Welcome. So as you guys approach, so obviously the difference between taverns and inns are that inns have rooms and taverns don't. Inns also typically include a bar and or food. Taverns do not include sleeping quarters, but typically do have food and or drinks. As you guys approach, being that it is about, 2:45, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there is the smell of not stale ale or, gross liquor coming out of this place, but instead the smell of, again, freshly baked bread, some sort of probably vegetable stew being cooked, a lot of aromatics kind of happening. Excuse me. A lot of aromatics happening from the chimney stack in the back. Oh, shit. Hang on, do I have daylight mode on?
Yeah, you do. For me, at least. I don't know if that's individual.
It looks
There we
it.
go. That's probably better.
Payne
Yeah, it is.
nearly runs into the bar, but, like, restrained slightly.
All right. So you guys, so you guys come in. There is an elven man in the corner. I'm gonna go ahead and ping him, and he is sitting there. He looks actually, Lyra, you would recognize him, and so would Canis, as one of the local druidic order of Obid High. He's sitting very quietly, crisscross applesauce in the corner. He has a leather rug laid out in front of him, and he has a series of acorns, all of which have been gilded with different metals. You see one that's copper, one that's silver, one that's iron, one that's gold, one that maybe is even a platinum, and he is just quietly touching them, and you see these little strings of green magic as he touches each one kind of carry over, almost like he's sewing them together, and he's dead silent. His eyes are focused strictly on the acorns. He does not notice you as you enter. However, this young lady behind the bar, does notice you, and she looks over. She appears to not be elven, but half elven. Her human half stands out more than her elven half, though she does have very slightly rounded, pointed ears that kind of tip up and behind her long brown hair, which is currently pulled back into a ponytail. She sees you guys come in. Excuse me. I thought I was
If
so...
I can, real quick. Payne is incredibly distracted by the druid in the corner and will very politely not kneel down, but like stay on his feet and crouch down and just like watch what he's doing, mesmerized.
Have I seen? Do I know these people, and have I seen him doing that in particular before, Xavier?
Have you seen these people, and have you seen them do this before?
Yeah, like, do I know them, know their names?
I'll tell you what, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay.
What the fuck is this guy doing with the acorns?
Oh. Well.
You have seen there are druidic groves around Willow Hollow, and within Willow Hollow, and, you know, that's what, Cornelius was not joking. He said the druids keep the rats at bay. That's actually a legit thing. They are, you know, proxied out by the hierarchy in the city to keep, you know, vermin out of the elven aristocracy households. But you have not met many druids, as your studies are in towers of arcane and far, far, far away from nature. Even on the other side of your family, it's not a whole lot of nature going on. It's a lot of other things that I won't tell your character details on. So you've seen, you know, a handful of druids just randomly, but you have no fucking idea what he's doing.
Okay, and then the half elf, was that the one? I'm sorry, was that the person behind the bar or the person in the corner?
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna ping her again. Are you guys seeing my ping in yellow?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's in yellow because I changed my thing to
Yeah,
yellow.
it's
So
yellow.
okay, so yeah, so that's that.
And do I know her?
Just roll percentiles for me.
It's gonna be Candace's question as well. Constant question about, do I know this person?
So we leave this downtown.
You can roll percentiles too, Canis. Canis. Is it Canis or Canis?
Canis.
Canis?
Sounds a lot like Candace.
So I asked him very specifically because I was like, I'm gonna end up calling you Candace at some point. It's Canis, right? Or is it Canis?
It's Canis.
It's Canis? Okay, Canis.
Okay, 71. So no, Lyra does not know her, but you do know her, Canis. Her name is Rosa, and you have been in and out a few times. People give you pets. They have given you pets, good pets, whether you like it or not. And that's, yeah, but you do know that her name is Rosa.
Hello, Rosa. How are you?
She kind of looks down and she goes, "My favorite little friend is here. Oh, Canis." She jumps out from behind the bar. Excuse me. And she kind of like moves next to the druid. Oh, excuse me. And she kind of like shimmies around Payne. Whoops. I moved Payne. I meant to move her. Sorry. Ah! He's in the walls! Oh, God.
I tried to move also.
He's not a
Upgraded
wizard.
From a hole in the ground to a wall.
She reaches down though, and she kind of reaches down, and she gives you like a pat behind the ears and like kind of down the back, and she goes, "Yo, my sweet little boy."
See you too, Rosa. It's this, I didn't say it correctly, but it's very much a resigned of, it's this again.
Yeah.
Like this has happened way too often.
She pets you for a little while, and then she looks around. "Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something? Oh, drinks, food. We have food. I've made apple stew. We have drinks. What can I do for you?"
Oh, oh, the apple stew sounds delicious. Actually, I was wondering if you had some apple cider, some warm apple cider, perhaps.
Apple cider? Yeah, yes, of course, of course. She turns around and she.
Non-alcoholic, if you please. No, no. If you have that available. If not, I'll just do some a nice tea.
No, yes, of course. No, we serve we serve non-alcoholic, of course. Here, she grabs a bottle off the wall and she turns back around and she pours a small glass, an actual glassware glass of this really really dark looking cider, and she touches the side of it and she says, "Inflermo," and you see it steam suddenly and she kind of passes it across the counter.
Oh, that's a lovely spell you have there. Thank you, I appreciate that. And then she'll hand over a gold piece.
Oh, yes, one moment. And she takes the gold and she reaches under the table, pulls a small chest out, sets it on the table, flips it open, and she starts counting out silver. She hands you
Oh
back.
no, please, please, you can keep the change. I'm also hoping for a little information if you have the time.
Oh, I've got nothing but time. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you. She closes the lockbox and puts it back under.
Oh no worries, no worries. I was told that you have had a run-in with some how could we say belligerent customers lately. People who may or may not have been affected by some sort of ailment.
Oh. You're speaking of
Sorry to jump straight to the point. I do apologize about my directness.
No, it's quite all right. You're speaking of the incident that happened a few nights ago.
Yeah.
We had yes, we had an individual. Unfortunately, we had to call the town guard. He was in and drinking, as many do on the nights off, and I don't know. Maybe I overserved that night, or honestly, I'm not entirely sure. He his eyes went hungry, which was odd
Did
because
they just? I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like, did his eyes change at all? Did they, I don't know, change color, or did they glow, or did they, I don't know.
no, yes, they became blood red. And then he pulled a small shiv, I guess, from under his cloak, and he stabbed the man next to him. It was, God, it was awful. I thought, and then when he was done stabbing, he lunged at me, and a couple of our other regulars subdued him and bound him, and the whole time he was just babbling and screaming, and it was just, God, it was just awful.
I'm sorry. I know it must have been a terrible situation for you. Did you manage to hear what he was babbling? I mean, was it coherent at all? Was it just crazed man screaming?
No, it was coherent, but it was not in a language I'm familiar with. It sounded almost infernal in nature. It was horrible. It was horrible. He was very, very angry.
Again, I apologize for that situation that you had to endure. Do you know where that individual was taken? Was he taken to one of the churches? Was he taken to Elor? I can't remember the name of the church.
Oh, Ilona.
Ilona.
Alone.
Well, I'm not entirely sure where the guardsman took him after leaving here, but he fought the whole way, that I know for sure. We have, however, heard of a few instances of people kind of losing themselves in public, which is odd for our quiet home. We've
Yeah, and that's we are here to investigate that whole strange occurrence.
I don't know much else, but Dench, make a. No, I'll just give it to you. I have heard that on the outskirts of the city, to the southwest somewhere, that people, one of our regulars actually, we hadn't seen in quite some time, and we heard rumors. I don't know if this is true or not, so please forgive me if I'm misspeaking. But on the outskirts of town, near the Thornell family estate, that none of the Thornells have been seen or heard from in quite some time, probably a couple of weeks. I have not seen him in Master Thornell, that is, in probably 2 weeks, which is odd because he would frequent here at least every other night during the work week.
Do I know them? Do I know, or of them at least?
Make a history check. You can
I
do
was
that.
gonna ask, 'cause
Yep,
did
Canis.
I find out anything?
Canis and Lyra, you can both make history checks with advantage because you are from Willow Hollow. Okay, so both of you know that there is an estate on the southwestern side of town in the Wood Elven district, or the slums. It is the Thornell estate. They are kind of like the top brass, I guess, of the Wood Elf hierarchy. And there are 7 people that live at that estate. There's a mother, a father, a grandfather, and 4 children.
So nobody's heard from any of the 7 of them?
No. The rumor has it that the children have stopped attending school. And nobody sees the grandfather very much anyways, as he doesn't leave the homestead very often due to his aged years. But the mother and father have not been seen in town. I am used to Master Thornell frequenting the tavern. The mother not so much, ever, actually. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks, and yeah, nobody really knows.
Okay. Well, I think we know where to start once we get to that part of town.
Yeah, seems so. And again, I do apologize, but what was your name?
I'm Rosa. I'm the
Rosa.
my father owns the tavern, but I run it day to day.
Very nice to meet you, Rosa, and thank you for the delicious cider and the information.
Yes, of course. And I'm sorry. What is your name? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Dench, new in town. I've been summoned here to investigate this ailment that's been going around.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Yes. Can I get anything for anybody else?
Maybe a bit later.
Kenneth will turn to Payne and be like, "It's kind of rude to stare on the surface."
So, apologies.
She'll give a little pat on Canis's head. Good advice. Could I also have a apple cider, please?
Yes, of course, Lyra.
Quite good.
She turns, and
You
it's
should
kind of
try her pies.
It's really surprising to you, by the way, Lyra, because she knew your name, but you didn't know who the fuck she was. She grabs the bottle, another bottle, turns around, and she pours it on the table, and she, chilled or warmed?
She'll look at Dench. You're warm, right?
It's quite good. Warm.
I usually get mine chilled because I'm usually doing something. I'll try warm today. Please.
Of course. And she touches the goblet, another incantation, and a flare of smoke up from the goblet, and she kind of hands it to you, warmed. And that one is on Mr. Dench.
Oh, thanks, Dench. Not even a second thought.
You're welcome.
Nothing for me, thank you. But everyone, we're going to need some rope. I don't have any rope, and somebody that knows how to use rope. I don't use rope, but we're gonna need rope.
Why?
Oh well, I do have a net, and I do have some rope and a
Does
whip.
this have something to do with rats, or are we moving on to wells? Where are we on the wells rats scale?
Who said anything about rats and wells?
You-
Oh, from way back then? No. I mean, that was
Time passes differently up
stories.
here. Yeah.
That was what it does. No,
We lost him at
I
Acorns.
see. No.
Does it?
Getting for the crazy people. I'm not crazy people. Not zombies. The
Afflicted.
Inflicted.
We call them the afflicted.
the poorly
Afflicted.
afflicted.
Infected.
Yes. So
Rosa looks panicked when
for
you say
binding.
zombies, by the way.
It's not that. He's from underground. Don't. Sorry about him.
well, I
Do we know
am,
if it's
but
not zombies?
we just
No,
need
we're
rope.
not. We don't want to scare them.
Are they zombies?
No, we don't think
I
so.
don't
We
think so.
can't say yes or no for sure, but right now it's a pretty strong no for now. And if that changes, I'm sure everybody will be informed.
Great.
I think if the carpet knew anything about it being zombies, we should have said it.
Yeah, we probably would have evacuated by now if it was that. So,
Good. Anything for anybody else?
Can I just have a water?
It's on me, I suppose.
Yes, of course. And she pulls a small canteen out and she pours a bowl of water, and she'll walk around the side and just kind of like put it on the ground for Canis.
Thank you.
Lyra
You'll be fine,
will-
Rose, don't worry.
yeah, don't, Rosa, seriously. If it gets to be anything worse, we'll make sure that you know.
Thank you. Yes, we'd like to, if there is any zombie activity, to know.
Yeah, and Dench is
Well,
good friends with
well-
the guards here now.
Yeah. But let me ask you something, Rosa. Do you have any protection for yourself? Do you know? I mean, if in case this happens again, and perhaps you're alone.
Yeah,
do
can you
have a
shoot
way
those
to protect
flames?
yourself?
Yeah, can you shoot your
Yeah.
flames at something?
Yes, I've mastered a few cantrips from my studies. I'm not a officiated wizard like you, Lyra, but yes, I think we're all right. And our patrons are very quick to act if things go afoul, thankfully.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean that's a formality anyway. You know, magic is alive, so as long as you're hearing it, it doesn't matter if you have the title or not, or if you graduate at the top of your class. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Did graduate at the top of your class, right?
I've not graduated yet. I'm still in school, but I know a few cantrips.
You're doing great.
Thank you. She kind of like glances around the room.
Well, it looks like this guy has a ways to go with the acorns. This was a really great drink. Thank you so very much. And if you need anything, just let us know. She's slowly backing away from the counter.
Thank you so much for your patronage, everyone.
Lyra, what's he doing with the acorns?
Somebody grab the dwarf.
See you later, Rose.
It's Rosa.
Thank you, Rosa.
I know.
He's such a dick.
Amelia will follow after the jackal leaves, but just quietly just say, thank you. And then in a phrase I'm sure she's heard 1,000 times, just say, sleep, wow, I just blanked on the line I was going to say. Wow.
Sleep tight.
Sleep under kind stars. And then she leaves.
Okay. Well, we will go ahead and leave our investigatory work there for the week, my friends. We are at 10:08, so we will go ahead and call the session now. Good investigatory work. Hopefully you
I feel
guys...
like we're mostly just spreading panic through the town little by little.
It wasn't even me. I thought it was going to be me. It wasn't me.
No, I have notes in bold caps that say things like, this party needs to go to sensitivity training.
Yes, she does. She showed
These
me that.
people don't know how to social.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, we've got things to learn.
0 on the insight and the charisma.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I also have a 0 on charisma.
Well, thank you guys for an awesome session
Very
one.
good session.
And yeah, we'll pick back up here next week for session 2 and see where your investigation leads you. And that's
All right.
that.
Thank you for great first session. This is going to be interesting.
It was a great time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Payne, glad to have you with us, buddy. If you guys have any questions throughout the week or anything that needs clarification, just send me a message, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hell yeah.
Hi, everybody.
All right, see you guys. All right, for those of you who are hanging out in stream still, we are going to go ahead and raid our friend TechForged, as he is one of the very few people on tonight. And then we'll be back next week for session 2 of Echoes. Let's see, Tech of TechForged. All right. Let's go ahead and send this raid out. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. That was a fun session. And yeah, it was, I mean, these guys did more than I anticipated. And I have a lot more work next week because for next week, I thought I had myself situated this week. And apparently they were going to all the places I didn't have things set up. I was panic prepping things, which was kind of hilarious and awesome at the same time. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid out to TechForged, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks so much for hanging out, and bye-bye.
Raiders detected. Welcome and enjoy your stay.
No, they meant music. They meant he likes watching other.
Oh. Jesus, fuck. What the fuck, dude?
What is up, DMX Nerdy Nuts? Thank you guys for the raid. Thank you for swinging by.